Go pee on each other. That'd be great.
Hahn.
There's a lot of women out there that want you, Alan.
And Rosenberg.
Give me the porn, for God's sake.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is 3 o'clock on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Michael K. in studio. What a treat. Looking slender as ever, might I add. And we will have Don LaGreca on this program shortly. He is dealing with a personal situation. Everything is okay, but it did take him out of commission. I am here in the studio. Alan Hahn is at the scene of the crime. Madison Square Garden. I have never been more disappointed to be right, Alan, in all my life. I had concerns yesterday on the show about anyone going to sleep on this Spurs team and on Wemby himself, and then you jumped in and said, I said I think Wemby's going to have his biggest game of the series. You said we will find out in the first couple of minutes. And, Alan, those first 2 touches for Wemby were a bad omen. Obviously, a lot of basketball was played after that. But in the end, the Knicks now find themselves in a very, very critical and what will be tough game tomorrow night.
Yeah, I said, I don't have any evidence, right? I was saying this yesterday. There's no evidence of the Knicks letting. You're still in control of the series. And 2-2, we know you give it all back. And now anything can happen.
It's not what you want. This is I mean, we were all texting a good amount in the first half. And when the Knicks punch back, from a great start, because I thought the start was relevant for the Spurs. I thought because certainly if they came out to a bad start, that building gets rocking, their heart could get taken, and at that point, I just don't like their odds. They come out, though, they shoot 60% early on. They build a lead, and then the Knicks, to the point you just made about the second quarter, completely punch back in every way. Again, we'll get into some of the specifics about who didn't do what they would have liked to have gotten yesterday. Most notably, Cat had one of his disappearing act games yesterday. But Josh Hart was fantastic for them in the second quarter. Jordan Clarkson really gave them a spark. They end up punching back and go into the half up 7, and it really felt like, man, if they could last a little bit into the second half, Alan, and stretch this out a bit,
right,
they will take the heart of this team because they survived such a big punch early. Imagine if they'd stretched it from 7, instead of that lead evaporating immediately, if they had pushed that lead up to 15 in the third quarter.
Well, of course.
Then you really feel like, and instead, couple of buckets, all of a sudden it's tied again. And you got to give credit to the response there from the Spurs and Wemby.
No, they showed you something.
They're very good.
Yeah, look, they showed you something in Game 7 at Oklahoma City. Okay, so it's not a surprise, but because they really looked, especially Wembanyama, those 2 days off were very beneficial to him because he had a different energy. He didn't get as tired. Now, the fourth quarter taking 3 hours to finish because we had to keep challenging calls because, once again, another officiating crew can't make a call and can't make one right. I mean, this officiating, look, it's not the reason why the Knicks lost, so I'm not going to do that. I know there's a lot of frustration. You'll hear from Mike Brown. He was strategically brought it up postgame. But it was another poorly officiated game. That's all I got to say. But because there were so many stoppages because of challenges and reviews and everything else, there was so much extra rest time for Wembanyama that he could play the whole quarter. Whereas we saw him late in games sucking wind, exhausted. So I do think the 2 days off were very beneficial to him. And now it's 1 day, and then they play tomorrow night. But the thing to watch, what makes Game 4 so critical for the Knicks, if they want to take advantage of their rest and the less miles they've had on them because of the playoff run they've been on, is that now, after Game 4, every game has a 2-day break in between. And I think that benefits Wembanyama. So it is something, again, to watch. But the fact that he was able to play with a little extra energy, and he didn't play against Cat. They didn't have him guard Cat because he made it clear, I think Cat made it clear, if this guy's guarding me, I'm scoring at will. So they had him off of Cat and playing other people and being like a roving defender. And that changed the way the Knicks were attacking the rim as well. A lot of little strategic moves that were made in this game. Still a winnable game for the Knicks at home. But they didn't get this one. 2 months, you're going to blow one. It's going to happen. But the response now is obviously a critical one. As we write the story of this chase for a championship, there's at least going to be one more piece of drama, and that piece of drama is coming tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy, crazy atmosphere. Now, let's also speak on some of the elephants in the room. Last night was the appearance of the yo-yos. And no, people, I'm not just referring to any sort of political figure. It was, although that is part of it. Last night it's been 2 weeks since the Knicks had played. This thing has gotten bigger and bigger. And as big as it was in the conference finals, that bandwagon goes to another level. So last night, a lot of people were annoyed, and I get it. People like DJ Khaled, who have not been at one game, sitting on their cell phone in the front row, they're annoyed by Trump being there and I seemingly falling asleep at some point during the game. Sorry, a big fan or not, didn't give the vibe.
And arguing with Adam Silver about fouls and no fouls was just also hysterical.
Yeah, it was just not.
Yeah.
And then you just saw the madness and the terrible idiots who just went outside to not be Knicks fans but cause problems in the street. I was at the gym this morning, Alan, and it was the first time I've seen a myriad of stories about bad things that happened after the game.
It was kids wild in that. Again,
it was yo-yo night. It was the beginning of yo-yo time. Now now we're losing a little bit of the true Knick fans.
Yes,
and these are the people that pissed Don off. They just
sweetness
show
of the story.
The sweetness went away. A lot of the innocence of this story was sucked away last night.
Yes.
And the loss was sort of the perfect exclamation point. It was just, last night was not right. Shout out to my boy Kaz. Alan, you're also friends with Kaz.
Love him.
I saw him outside the garden today literally burning sage. Let's burn some sage. Let's clear the air. We got to get a new vibe.
This house is clear.
We need to get the vibe last night from the security line starting at 1 o'clock to the, I just watched a horrifying video that people are posting of rabid, I'm not even going to call them Knicks fans, morons,
no, they're
attacking a kid brutally in a Spurs jersey.
Yeah.
The whole thing yesterday was just an absolute mess. And then on the court, the Knicks just got outplayed. I mean, we can talk about foul discrepancy in the second half. Absolutely. We can talk about where was Cat. That's certainly a good conversation. But in the end, Alan, no matter how you cut it, they did, over the course of 48, get outplayed last night.
Yes. Yeah. And it was the desperate team that knew that their season was on the line. And
that last couple of possessions, by the way, speaking of that desperation, when the Knicks were getting close, when Jalen hit, his 9,000th clutch three to keep the game alive, the way that the Spurs hands on defense over the last couple minutes, everything was contested. How many times did Cat get blocked in the last couple of minutes by De'Aaron Fox, by guys a foot shorter?
He got fouled. I mean, he absolutely obliterated on that layout, that putback.
Oh yeah, on that one he did.
That was embarrassing that they didn't get that call.
And no challenge there. That's a mistake. You don't have a challenge there to come back.
Well, the two challenges you used, you won. The problem is you lose your challenge.
That's so stupid.
I know. No, they didn't have one because they didn't have one.
No, you got to get.
They used them.
The fact you can't get rewarded if you've been perfect on your challenges is absurd.
I agree. But again, I was very impressed with the poise of the Spurs in an atmosphere that that was not a typical game on many levels. Everyone got in. You saw the long lines, but once they opened the gates, everybody went in. And so they did open up early, and the security lines went pretty smoothly. And I was worried there might not be everybody in the building by the time this tip-off. People were in the building before warm-ups. And so what does that create? this odd buzz and excitement and anticipation and like this party atmosphere of like, let's get this thing going, so that when the players come out and now you're almost like jacked up, and you could see they missed their first couple of shots, turning the ball over like crazy, and I almost felt like the Knicks didn't play with any poise in front of a crowd that wanted so bad for them to get off to like a 15-0 run, right? They wanted it to start from tip-off where it's just BTA, and that didn't happen. And the Spurs were the more poised team, not only at the beginning of this game, but at the end of the game. With some of the shots they made, the free throws that Castle made, Spurs have had issues with free throws in this playoffs. They've left a lot of money on the table, and he hit 2 huge free throws with 6 seconds. He misses one of those, you still have you have a chance. And so that's what I was impressed with for this very young team that gave away. They knew they blew a game at home. They knew they gave a game away in game 2. And I think that was in their minds that we have to take one back. And so they did. That's pretty damn impressive for a group that has no playoff experience other than what they've done this year. But I'm telling you, Pete, like walking in and being in the building, there was just a very weird vibe in the building. And it wasn't that it wasn't loud enough or there wasn't enough energy. It just felt like it did not feel like a typical Knicks game. It had something.
Are you talking about almost like Super Bowl energy?
Yeah,
where it gets a little weird. It's no longer a normal game. There's some other thing.
It felt like this was something else now, because it was the first finals game at the Garden. We've been to a million games at the Garden, and all the playoff games have been great. Like all the playoff games had a great energy about it and all that stuff. And for some reason, like I was just standing in my usual spot, and I'm looking around, and I'm just trying to feel the game. Most of the noise, like the roar, it's an odd sound. I don't know if you've ever like an amphitheater, how that can work sometimes where the sound travels up. Yeah. In this instance, it was traveling down. It's almost like it started up top. Any reactions to things started up top. And it was like it moved down as if the people in the lower bowl realized something's happening and we need to react to it. You get what, I don't know if that makes sense to you, and I don't know if it makes sense to anybody listening, but just imagine you're at the base of a hill, and it's the people at the top of the hill that are yelling, and then it cascades down, and then the people around you start yelling too. So you hear it in a weird way. And that's kind of like it was the opposite. Usually it starts and goes up like an amphitheater. So I the best way to describe it is a buddy of mine who's very smart. He said momentum crowd. Instead of providing energy, they were waiting to be given energy. And that's not a Garden crowd. A typical Garden crowd is like giving you energy and enthusiasm. Like they're getting you fired up instead of saying, come on, I want something to cheer about. You know what I mean? But the people up top knew what to do. The people down below, not as much. And that's why it just didn't feel typical, didn't feel normal. And the Knicks didn't help it because they were throwing the ball away and everything else.
Let's talk to the people. 1-800-919-3776. Every phone line is obviously jammed. Let's get started with Matt in Manhattan. What's up, Matt?
Hey, what's up? I wanted to say that Brunson has to stop spamming dribbles, and he's got to stop playing like SGA did in the Oklahoma City series, because the Spurs want you to go iso ball and dribble it down to 10 seconds and basically swarm you, so he can't take 25 to 30 shots. And as for the fouls, I'm sorry, but if you call the game a certain way, styles make fights. And if you look at the amount of Knicks players that had their arms up in the air, basically not trying to commit a foul because they knew there was a quick whistle, it affects the game. You can't reach in. You can't do anything. Dylan Harper gets a free lane to the basket. So the next thing I think they should do is just send a message to Wemby early in the game. That's a hard foul, whether that's a hack or it's a shot to the ribs. They got to do something because you can't let them just punk Jalen Brunson like that. So
he got punked.
I think that Brunson sharing the ball, he got punked, and you can't let that happen. You got to. I would send in Huck Porty or Sochan or somebody, and just throw an elbow into his ribs.
Well, you can't. Here's the reason why you can't. And I get what you're saying, and it's it's obviously what we all think right away. Because when he gets mushed like that and nobody reacts, nobody does anything, and then he gets belted in the chops on another play and no one does anything, that's when you're a little like, hey, like shouldn't somebody do something here? Like our captain's getting they're knocking him around and nobody's like going back at Wemby like, okay, next time you think you're going up for an alley-oop, I might just forget about the ball and take you out. But the problem is if you put in Sohan or you put in Hukporti, you're telling everybody knows what you're doing, and you can't do that at the NBA Finals. You're not doing that. But you do have to fight fire with fire is what I agree with you. You do have to me, the way and this is not – it's not exclusive to last night's game. This has been going on with Wembanyama throughout this series and in his playoffs. We've seen him throw elbow. He got a flagrant 2 already. So this is the kind of stuff that he's been getting away with, and if I'm him, I'm going to keep doing it until somebody does something about it. The problem is nobody's done anything about it, and we'll see if there's anything done about it in Game 4 because it's not playing dirty. Nobody's saying that, but it doesn't mean that if you're going to set a screen or he's going to fight through something or you're going to box him out, get into his legs, man. Like, you got to do something to make him uncomfortable now. Make him not feel right. Because he felt way too comfortable last night on that court.
Let's go to Jose in Connecticut. Hey, Jose.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just a couple quick thoughts of last night, man. I feel like, number one, it's okay to bring up the refs. That doesn't mean that we're blaming the refs for the whole game. Like, it's okay to just say, like, listen, they got to be better, man. That's all we ask. Be consistent. That's number one. But number two, and I think, Alan, you had mentioned this earlier today, it's like it's been so long since the Knicks lost. Like, it feels like people don't know how to act. It's like now it's like the whole playoffs are over. We're down 3-0. It's like everybody relax. The fans outside, too. Like, and by the way, I did want to say that, first of all, hey, let's relax. It's just one game. Let's see how the Knicks bounce back. I have faith in them. Number two, the Knicks fans outside got to stop. You're ruining it for the rest of us. And I do got to say, though, there are a lot of exactly. I was going to say there are a lot of streamers. The streaming culture is ruining the fan bases because there's fake Knicks fans out there, and there's also fake Spurs fans. There's streamers that are posing as Spurs fans, trying to start fights, and they're
put on a jersey, come by, let's fight.
Yeah.
Like I know it's too much of this is performative and not real, but we don't know that, so we think it's real. Although I think the one guy who's had his whole face bloodied, I don't think that was for fun. I do think there's a lot of kids that just wanted to go wildin', and they use it as an excuse to do it.
Correct.
Like, look, when the Lakers won championships, they'd set the damn city on fire. And it's the same thing. Those aren't Laker fans. They're just people that want a reason to just go wildin'. And so when you get mad at NYPD, and I do want to shout out at everybody that came out last night, all the cops and the officers that were all around the Garden, setting up perimeters and just making sure everything was ordered. As frustrating I know as it is to have had to go through all the different levels if you were going to the Garden or even just trying to use Penn Station, I know it's frustrating. But what you see on the outskirts of that area, that's why they had to do that.
Yep.
Because I saw Friday night, Pete, like Friday night when the game ended, there were swarms of people all in bunches. And while everybody I talked to said that it was everybody was cool. They were just happy the Knicks won, and they were just, being funneled through different areas. It always felt like all it took was one person to set it off. It's all it would take. One person sets it off, and now it gets ugly. And that's what we saw on the outskirts of the perimeter that they set up from 31st to 35th Street. So that's an example of why sometimes you just got to have some order in a place like that. Because after the game around the Garden, there was no issues. But you see in some other areas there were, and I hate it. I hate that it's like that.
I haven't been on Twitter. I don't have it on my phone anymore, so I'm on right now for the first time, Alan. My entire timeline are different videos of physical altercations. It's a lot.
It's also if you watch one, you're going to get 50 more.
Well, right, exactly. So now they're feeding them to me, of course, but there are a lot of them. And they're all like kind of big with a lot of people.
And by the way, just look at the group. It's pretty much all the same people, right?
Not that
they're all
I
the same age.
I can't tell yet. They're definitely all kids.
That's what I mean. And when I say people, I mean they're kids.
Yeah.
It's the same. I should say it's the same age group.
Yeah. No, it's kids who want an excuse to
and just wilding, just being goofy, and that's why you can't say these are Knicks fans.
No, it has nothing to do with
these are people that are just using this as a reason to go crazy and to run around and start trouble. Like Bryant Park was a good idea for the city to add as a watch party, but apparently over there it was insane. Apparently over there it got really stupid.
You know what else I've heard can be insane in just terms of how good it is Amazon.
You have heard that, haven't you?
That's right. No, I have heard it.
What else have you heard about Amazon?
That it's a great delivery service.
Yeah. Anything else?
And so many other things.
So many things?
Yeah.
Such as like the Amazon delivery service option if you own a small business.
Now you're getting to small businesses, yes.
Because it's Amazon Hub delivery, of course. And you can earn extra revenue from the business that you already run. So if you own a small business in New York, you want to listen to this because you and your staff can deliver packages right in your neighborhood on a schedule that works for you. It's a smart way to keep your hustle going, bring in more revenue, more visibility, and stay connected to the community you serve every day. For example, Peter, meet Christine. She's the owner of All Breed
Hey,
Cat
Christine,
and
how you
Dog
doing? Peter
Grooming in Verona, New Jersey. She's not with us. She just sent us this message about how much she loves the flexibility of Amazon Hub delivery because she takes grooming appointments in the morning, then delivers packages in the afternoon around her business's schedule. And by the way, getting started, easy. No delivery experience, no long-term contracts, and no startup costs either. So if you're a New York local business and you're ready to make your next move, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
The Knicks.
And San Antonio is alive and well in the NBA Finals.
The Spurs.
And the Spurs hand the Knicks just their third loss of the entire postseason.
The NBA Finals.
They're a great team. They're well coached. They got an iconic player, you know. It's not going to be easy.
NBA Finals Game 4 coverage begins tomorrow night at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
The biggest stage in world soccer is days away, and every goal changes everything. And now FanDuel is giving you a reason to root for every single one. Introducing Every Goal Pays. Bet on a match and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. That's right, more goals mean more bonus bets, and all you have to do is turn on your token. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Soccer's biggest stage brings more betting opportunities. With same-game parlays, you have a chance for bigger payouts. Who will score the first goal of the tournament? Which nations will win in the final? It's all right there in the app, and best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. Let there be goals on FanDuel. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must apply bonus token. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ratliff, Engineering Director at Nissan. We know some things are important to hear from an expert, not a voice actor. For instance, the Nissan Frontier is not only powerful and fun to drive, but it's durable too. We added the V6 engine, so when you need that power in the off-road, it's there. I know, we've tested it a lot. Now get out there and find your Frontier.
Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, or Frontier, excluding S-Trim. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Frontier S-Trim 1.9% APR for 60 months at $1,748 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to in-back credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N6/30/26.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free. key to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles. Rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Hey, New York, are you okay to drive? No, really. Did you know just one drink can lower your inhibitions, slow reaction times, and reduce coordination? That single drink causes your judgment to be altered and makes it harder to track moving objects. The risk you take by getting behind the wheel is not worth your life or anyone else's. Call a cab.
Hey, I'm looking for a cab.
A ride share, a sober friend, or take public transit. The New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee is reminding you to always drive sober.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Already a bad ride on the Staten Island Expressway westbound over by Victory Boulevard. Looks like a truck lost its load. 2 lanes are out. You're crawling there from the Verrazano. After that, no issues on the westbound side. Looking good. Heading over to the West Shore and the Jersey-bound Goethals Bridge. Not moving much on the Cross Island southbound in Queens. A crash right before the LIE. Been out there for a while. Traffic is jammed there from the Throgs Neck Bridge. Heading over to the outbound George. Already packed on the Cross Bronx westbound. You're bumper to bumper from the Bruckner on through. Inbound George, stick with the lower deck. Upper level, still have some road work on the span. About a 15 to 20 minute ride from 8095. Outbound Lincoln already about 10 to 15. Outbound Helen 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey guys, Alan Hahn here to tell you about Rings End. They've been really helpful working around my busy schedule lately. So we had this project that we are attempting to get started at the house. Who knew the Knicks would take us this far into June? So the project was supposed to start in June. My contractor's like, all right, we're starting next week whether you're done or not. I said, okay, let's do this. So the door is ordered from Rings End. And you say, all right, Rings End. Why go with Rings End? Well, because they have the built-to-last high-end product lines that contractors rely on. They do it right. They don't do it over. So Rings End has everything you need if you want to update and upgrade your home when it comes to, for me, a beautiful French door. For others, it could be a window. It could be things for your kitchen, all types of stuff that you would want if you have your project getting ready for the summer. So if you want, they have all these great showrooms with products you can touch and feel and try so you know exactly what you're getting. They have 8 full-service lumberyards in Connecticut and Westchester County and 12 freestanding paint centers as well. Rings End, by the way, family-owned and operated since 1902. That's 124 years in business to you and me. Deep Northeast roots. They are not a national chain. They are local, and they know and support all the local builders and communities. And if you can't make it to a store, you know what you can do, Peter? Just shop online. Ringsend.com. Ringsend.com.
Wow. What you've done is beautiful.
I know.
We appreciate you greatly. Let's go right back to the people. Of course, we're talking about the Knicks' loss last night. There will now be a Game 4 that will not be a celebration. Instead, it will be a very tense basketball game. And I have to imagine, based on everything we've seen, a very close game. Now, there are people blaming me. I'm hearing it. I've heard the rumors. I've heard this scuttlebutt.
By the way,
it's me. I'm one of those people.
It's you.
I am too.
But what's the Danhausen thing though? Like, what? So what's he going to use now?
Go Knicks.
Well, I mean, Danhausen, as long as they continue to win overall, that's their first loss since he uncursed them.
Right.
So you really can't be mad at him, just like you can't be mad at me.
But it does hurt his, like, he's had a hell of a run here, right? Where he could really use it.
Well, I feel the same way. It hurts me, too. You know, they had not lost since I've been betting them, and then yesterday I upped the number.
Yeah, how do we feel about this? So the guys are blaming you.
Yeah.
Because is it because you were greedy instead of just staying with the number that you've been rolling over?
I think so. Yeah.
So you got a little too ahead of the game here. You got a little too excited.
That's what some are saying.
Yeah.
That's what some are saying.
Yeah. And how do you feel about yourself now?
Clown show.
Yeah.
Clown show. Clown show.
It's not like you put like $3 on it. You know, you didn't put $25 down. How does Miss Hatton feel about this?
She wasn't thrilled.
No.
She wasn't thrilled.
I don't think she would be.
She wasn't thrilled.
Yeah.
But I already placed the bet for tomorrow. Back on 500.
See, we all cooler heads prevailed.
Yeah, no, everything's fine.
Relax.
What time did you get to the building? What time were you inside the Garden?
The arena?
That's right.
So
After 7:15 at least.
We got off the air at
7.
No. The game started at 8:30.
That sure it did.
So our pregame ended.
Oh, you got off the air. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 8:29, I guess, 8:30.
All right.
And crossed the street, got in the building as the anthem was going on.
Okay. Not too bad.
No, I was very fortunate that by then everybody was already inside. It really was eerie, crossing the 7th Avenue with no traffic, of course, everything closed off. It was like a ghost town, you know, because all it was, you know, police set up in different areas, a whole bunch of barricades, and no one, just quiet. Very strange.
I cannot believe how many different videos I've seen of Spurs fans getting beaten up, man. I can't. Kids are just nuts, bro.
Yeah,
what are you doing? What are parents doing?
Are you new to kids? This is what a lot of.
I know.
You jacked up on Mountain Dew. You got way too much testosterone and don't know what to do with it because you hate going
and
to
now
the
you
gym.
have a mob of
so you just
tons
run
of
around the
people.
street doing nothing. Yeah, these aren't Knicks fans. These parasites. Okay, let's make that clear.
Idiots, just absolute idiots.
Yeah, but it turns into this is now they become emblematic of the city. See, to me, I hate this because you know what this feeds into? That narrative from those people. You know?
Oh, yeah, of course. That New York's the worst place. This is Knicks fans are the worst.
I'll never go there and all that stuff. Stop.
No,
like, these are kids from the suburbs, by the way, for the most part.
Right, but it's a lot of people just wanting to cause problems, and it sucks.
Did you see how many people are outside the Spurs hotel just standing on the sidewalk? They're about 4 deep across the street.
Just booing them?
Down the block. Just, all kinds of reasons to. If somebody walks out, boo.
Now, I think, are you willing to concede that I may have been right in our discussion about what Trump's reception would be like in the Garden? When I said yesterday, I think that, there are no cheap seats.
All right, full disclosure.
There are no cheap seats.
But I wasn't there early enough to myself see it and hear it. I wasn't literally in. Like, I heard the anthem as I'm walking in, so I didn't. If I was in the like in the actual arena, I could have told you what it sounded like live, so I didn't hear it. So I don't know, but I did get that from a lot of people around.
The different angle. I see. Here's the thing.
And they said it wasn't a warm welcome.
Every time Trump goes somewhere, liberal Twitter posts Trump mercilessly booed. And then I go watch the videos, and I go, "This isn't merciless." Last night was
it was
a rough one. It was the worst one I've seen.
So it was on TV.
I don't know about on TV. I only saw because I was at a bar, I didn't get a good gauge on the TV, but I went through and just watched on social media about 5 different ones from the crowd.
Okay,
and in the building, it was like way worse than the U.S. Open last year, for example. But listen, it was a frisky crowd last night, no doubt about it, but also a weird crowd, as Alan pointed out. Yeah. Let's talk to you. Speaking of the weird crowd. I want to
hear from everybody today.
Our weird crowd. We're going to try to get through as many as we can. Let's go to Phil in Queens. What's up, Phil?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What up, man?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Last night was a little weird. The energy from I work in Midtown, and just seeing like the amount of cops and it happened out of nowhere, right? Like at 2:00, you start seeing a few cops, right? But then it started becoming like SWAT teams checking, checkpoints again opened up or whatever. It was a weird, nervous energy. and not only with the city but the players too. And I felt it in the first 2 minutes, like you said earlier on, where the turnovers and the shots they just didn't look crisp, right? But I mean, if I could just say this, not political at all, but I think Dolan has to read the room a bit. I think this city is united already by the Knicks, and now you're kind of dividing it by bringing this guy in who's the divisive figger.
Yeah,
I think he's in an awkward spot.
To be fair, I know what you're saying, right? But again, you got I would tell you, think like a billionaire at this moment, and a billionaire that owns an arena over Penn Station that a lot of people were trying to make them tear down and move. When there's things you do, there's a show of appreciation that you do, right? In some moments, and if you get word that he wants to come to the game, all right, bring him to the game, right? Like, yeah, sure, come. I don't think the Knicks turned it into a thing, right? There wasn't a ton of pomp and circumstance about it. It was considering the president is visiting a game. You didn't see it turn into like a big deal where they have him go around, they have him go talk to players. No, it was very much I thought subdued. But it's so easy for a lot of us to be like, he should have said no.
Yeah,
at that level, Adam Silver sat with him, spent time with him. But we all know that Adam Silver is not exactly the biggest fan, right? But he did that because he also knows that's good for – it's the right thing to do. So –
it's tough.
I get it, and I totally understand it, and I know everybody hated the – did it impact the vibe and all that stuff. I promise you – that stuff doesn't affect the way the team plays.
Right. No, listen, if people want to get into did it affect the mojo, the aura,
the aura,
the vibe,
the mood of the building, the vibe? Sure. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. But I also think, though, and I look, there's a lot of great celebrity fans that are just diehards, that they've been there since 2017 when it's Ron Baker and Lou Amundsen. Like those guys who were always there, Tracy Morgan and Ben, and, you're not talking about them. But it did feel like there were a lot of people there that were just there to be there. That changes things a little bit to me. Like Robert Kraft was there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bob, what are you doing? Like,
Kraft was there. Ruben was there. Jay-Z was there.
Yeah.
Jay's back with the Knicks. No one knew.
All of a sudden, that's what I mean. Like, it just, you mentioned Khaled, right? Like, it just felt like, why are you here? That's why I had the Super Bowl kind of vibe to it. It was just, people would walk by me and be like, oh, that's like just realizing to me that it and then there was a lot of money in that first section, not lower bowl, but more that first section off the court. Just a lot of money, and not a lot of people that really knew what the hell they were looking at.
And with that, Don LaGreca joins us, folks.
Well, I know what I'm looking at when I see him.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, baby?
There he is.
What's up, handsome? Everything good?
We're breaking it all down.
Good-ish. But you were talking about Stiller, right?
No. Yeah. Yes. Jason.
Well, you gave the list of they were all sitting together. Eli Manning, Larry David.
Were they all
Jeter.
Together? Were they next to each other?
I thought they were in the same row, no?
Jeter and Eli.
The way it was shot, though, it all felt like they were very, very close to each other.
Okay.
But I wanted to bring this up. And listen, Ben's is a friend of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But since I've been working out, Peter, for the people at YouTube, I am now going to wear all my shirts like this.
Why?
Because he's got the sleeve. He's making sure the guns are out.
Stiller.
Yeah, and
he's
rightly
jacked,
so.
Though.
He's 60-something, and they're there.
Yeah.
But he wants everybody to know, just in case you don't see they're there, that they're there.
I didn't realize.
You don't realize
No,
that?
No, the other day when I talked to Danhausen.
He's making sure, make sure all the guns are out.
When he
He's got it up there.
When he
all right, we got to get him on now that you're saying this.
Well, no, when I saw Danhausen, he brought up Stiller and he's like, "Did you see his arms?" And I didn't know what he meant. I didn't know what he meant. That Stiller's been showing the guns.
There's a photo of him. I'll share with you guys because I actually said I'm going to make this the wallpaper on our chat, and it's it's pretty significant. Like he's in great shape, but his arm, here it is. Well, I'm going to send this
to the group.
Oh, it's
I'm
there.
Send this to the group because it's It's like I thought this was AI. Ready? All right, go check the group.
No, it's pretty legit.
No, it is legit.
But what I'm saying is that you look at the shirts that he wears, he makes sure that the shirt does not get in the way of the gun. It's
but
strategic.
I also felt like Chalamet was doing all he could to stand out. He had an orange.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Was that like Sergio Tacchini? What was that he was wearing? It was
I saw there was a lot.
tracksuit.
There was a lot of talk about what he was wearing.
Orange.
Like I think it was some very high-end brand, obviously.
But like a creamsicle. He looked like a creamsicle.
Yeah.
But I've seen people, don't worry guys, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to go crazy. I promise. You can trust me. I'm not getting in trouble
Peter
today.
Rosenberg, by the
I'm
way,
not getting in trouble. But like I see a headline now that the fan put up. A boomer says Game 3 was a bougie fest and Gio is done with celebrities and guys, let's not. First of all, the celebrities, the bulk of the celebrities, you have to give it up. Okay? Tracy Morgan, Fat Joe, Ben Stiller, Timothy Chalamet, Mariska Hargitay. These are people who, I've told you guys, I'm a big sports fan. I don't think I'd go to that many games a year. They go to they're real fans. We got to stop pretending.
Take it from me as somebody that contractually has to attend every single home game.
Right.
I think the only time I've missed a home game in my entire, since I started broadcasting, I think was when I lost my sister. And that's it. I don't miss home games.
And?
They're always there.
They're always there.
It's rare that Ben's not there. And when he's not there, he's watching somewhere else and he'll text about what's going on because he needs to know more because he's not there.
No, these people are hardcore.
Tracy's there. He's always there. Some of the guys are there. Larry David, I haven't seen in a while. He doesn't come to a lot of games.
Larry's special occasion for sure. But he has come a lot.
But isn't he mostly in L.A. now, right? So he's
mostly in L.A., but when he comes here during the season, he almost always is at the game. But, by the way, I think Tracy pays for those seats. Remember, Tracy in his lawsuit won over $100 million. Tracy's worth a couple $100 million at this point. I think Tracy paid for those seats.
But even if the guys that get it for free, they're going there all the time. Matter of fact, from what I could tell, and correct me if I'm wrong, the only frauds I saw last night from just showing up because it's the game were the sports guys, Jeter and Eli. Right? Honestly, all the celebrities you just mentioned, we've been seeing all year. And I even see if it's some Ranger games.
But those guys, I'm guessing, were invited.
A-Rod was there too, by the way.
Was he?
Yeah, I saw somebody had sent something on social media that they saw him at one of the shops, and they snapped.
No,
a
he
picture.
was there. But but by the way, he is an NBA owner.
Oh, he's an owner, right.
But I'm saying, but all of the people that you've mentioned, we've seen them numerous times. We saw them in last year's playoffs. We see them when they can. Larry David, I'm going to catch a break. He lives in Los Angeles. He's probably hardly ever here. And when he's here, he's definitely going to go to a
Falco's at a million games. I didn't even see Edie if she was there, but she goes to a ton of games. Hargitay was there. She's always at games.
It's tough, though. Well, it's tough. I'm at a party last night. My friends at Nike had a little party downtown, and Fabulous was there. He beat me to it. I was hovering. Wow. I was going to push it on my own.
Wow.
But Fabulous was there. Fabulous is a guy who would normally be in the great seats and couldn't be there. He's a real lifelong fan who's been going to Allen. He's done halftime a bunch of times.
Yep.
Fabulous is a staple there. He can't be there because last night it was Insano night, and they had people like DJ Khaled. Don, you probably heard me saying it was fraud night. Not only do you have celebrities showing up who you haven't seen before, unlike the regulars. Not only, again, not getting political, the 23-second video of Trump sleeping during the game, not a fantastic look. And then you have lunatics literally just going outside to beat people up in the street and act like complete jabronis. So we got to take a break. I want to get your thoughts on it, though, because you've complained about this element before. That's where we're at now. It has reached the fever pitch now.
And I think there's a way that we could all be winners in this.
Oh, what a tease.
Wow.
All right, more.
No, I can't wait.
More brilliance just like that right here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg next.
The Knicks.
And San Antonio is alive and well in the NBA Finals.
The Spurs.
And the Spurs hand the Knicks just their third loss of the entire postseason.
The NBA Finals.
They're a great team. They're well coached. They got an iconic player, you know. It's not going to be easy.
NBA Finals Game 4 coverage begins tomorrow night at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I know how a serious accident can change your life just like that.
I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and I understand that with pain comes medical bills and time out of work. Let us get you justice.
This is John Ryan, the closer. For over 35 years, our family has been getting accident victims every dollar they deserve. I started this firm for the injured so they can bite back against the insurance companies.
Our legacy is to get you justice. Bite back.
To get you paid. Bite back.
At D'Agostino & Associates, bite back means fight back. When you're hurt and they blame you, we bite back and get you every dollar you deserve. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. 1-800-248-3222. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Then?
I'd turn my garage into a rescue menagerie for all furless felines.
And when that gets too full?
I'll purchase land in the Catskills for them to sunbathe in hairless abandon.
Only cats?
All hair-free animals looking to roam in bald, beautiful peace.
Can I come?
Do you have hair?
New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This is the Michael K. Show.
For all those people that would call in and say, I don't care what he does in the regular season. I only care what he does in the postseason. Now, let's see how they do without him in the regular season and how important he is in the regular season, no matter what he does in the postseason. Because there might not be a postseason if there's no Aaron Judge and his exploits in the regular season.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hot damn! Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. The hard iced tea taste you know and love, but with an 8% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and brings your daytime drinking to the next level. Just look for the bright yellow cans in the cooler and get ready to dial up the fun. Big flavor, extreme kick. Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list handwritten on a sticky note or saved as a photo? Perfect. Bring it to us and get a quote in minutes. And if you don't see what you need on the shelf, we'll help you get it. You can access thousands of products beyond what's available in store or on Lowe's.com, right from the Lowe's Pro Desk. Build quotes faster and source the materials you need to keep your jobs moving. Just like that, at Lowe's.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
The Knicks have said and done all the right things as we got through this 13-game winning streak. San Antonio on the other side of it, and I know they beat OKC. You could see the emotion. They have a good team. And there's a reason why they won 62 games. San Antonio's a great team. You're not going to steal the will of this San Antonio team like you've done in the last two series. Like, you have to beat this team.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Soccer fans join Don Hahn and Rosenberg for a live broadcast presented by Milagro Tequila. Live from Platt Deutsch in Franklin Square, Long Island. Friday, June 12th, starting at 3 p.m. Get there early, grab a Milagrosa cocktail, and be part of the live, passionate soccer atmosphere as the guys talk matchups, storylines, and all the action. Don Hahn and Rosenberg live Friday, June 12th at Platt Deutsch in Franklin Square, starting at 3 p.m. Brought to you by Milagro Tequila.
Knicks fans, join us for a live broadcast tomorrow at Stout NYC, 2 blocks from the Garden.
Stout.
At 215 West 35th Street before Game 4 of the NBA Finals. We're breaking it all down, taking matchups, talking matchups, taking them too, why not, and getting you ready for tip-off. Stop by before Game 4. Don Hahn and Rosenberg live tomorrow at Stout NYC, all starting at 3 p.m. And Anthony Pusick wants to talk to the people.
I do, Don.
About
Alan,
what? About
Peter,
what then?
Yes.
All of New York. You've got to listen up. You need to hear this. This summer, all lines lead to Champs Sports Fan Central Station, a soccer pop-up shop open right in the heart of the city at 125 West 33rd Street. Believe it or not, guys, it's here. We've got a remote on Friday for the first USA game.
Oh, you bet your ace.
The World Cup is here. This is the soccer destination in New York. Jerseys for every national team you ride with. USA, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil. I might get Peter a Pulisic jersey. And way more. All under one roof. If you want to gear up, rep your country, and feel the energy of the city, Champs Sports Fan Central Station, 125 West 33rd Street. That is where you need to be.
Now, this would be good for everybody, and I'm not trying to put undue pressure on the celebs. But as you know, most of these celebs are getting the tickets on the arm because it looks good to have all of these famous people go to the games, especially during the regular season. Not so much now, but it looks great. It's on ABC. Look at all the famous people that want to be at a Knicks game. This is what I would do, not to put any undue pressure, Peter, Alan.
All right.
How much is that ticket? $3,000? How much does that ticket actually cost face value? Not secondary.
Which one?
Like Timothy Chalamet gets a ticket courtside.
Oh, what is it?
How
what
much
would it be
is that ticket
face?
worth? Face. Not secondary market.
What do you think that is, Alan? $5,000? Face?
Yeah, how much is MSG charging?
I wouldn't even
a
know.
fan? Let's say it's $5,000.
Wouldn't even know, but okay.
The right thing for Timothy to do, give $5,000 to the Garden of Dreams. You just got a $5,000 ticket for free, and I get what they're doing. You got the money. Don't give it back to MSG. Give it to the Garden of Dreams.
But guys like him do things for Garden of Dreams.
I get it.
You know what I mean? It's the other, and it's to be honest, the people that aren't typically at the game, right? They're not getting it on the arm. A lot of that is, again, this is the big money people that you don't know who they are, but they've got more money than you can imagine, more money than these celebrities have.
Yeah.
But because they want to network and connect with some people, yeah, all right, I'll let you use my tickets, but now I've got you for something.
Yeah, and I hope.
And I
that's
think
the
there's
case.
a lot of that goes on here. Oh yeah, no, I got tickets. Yeah, you can use my tickets, but nothing is free, right? No, it's not really truly free. So that's the thing. Now the other thing, like A-Rod's in because he's an owner.
Yes.
So he gets tickets. But a lot of the celebrities that you see regularly there, like Ben does a lot, Timothy does a lot, Tracy does a lot. They all do a lot for the Garden of Dreams Foundation on their own, and it's probably because of what you just said. The regulars are a big part of that. It's, to me, last night involved a lot of people that I just looked and was like, what are you doing here? Like, what's he doing here? That's what I kept saying. Like, you don't come to these games. You're not into
but
this.
But listen, that's going to bring out these are special moments that you kind of understand it.
But those guys are getting them through, somebody else that, just has a ton of money and they have a relationship or whatever it is, and this is sort of that, I do for you, you do for me kind of thing.
This hasn't been discussed.
Go ahead. You don't know.
I've been asked about it. Is Woody Allen still going to the games?
No.
No, God, no. No.
I haven't seen him in
Never seen him.
I saw him at a game 10 years ago.
No, I wasn't sure. Somebody had asked me on social media, and I didn't know the answer. They don't show him. And
is there a world in which he can get it, that he gets a ticket and sits somewhere very nondescript?
I haven't seen him in forever.
Because he was a huge fan. Now, I know he's a controversial figure, but he always was when they made a big deal that he was there.
Yeah.
He's always been.
It's gotten worse.
I know it
And
has.
the times it has.
And that would explain why they don't show him. But I didn't know he wasn't going.
Yeah, I think it's been
unless he goes and he's just not.
That's what I'm saying.
In the public.
Do we know where Mondani was sitting?
Didn't see him at all.
I saw him entering
I think
the building.
that's by design. Yeah, I think it's by design. I think he wants to try to find places where he's with the people.
Yeah, no, he sat. I think he sits in the 300s or something.
Yeah,
but
I think he makes it a.
I never saw a video of him inside.
Interesting stuff. Now I apologize. I was late today. Had a lot going on.
It's quite
all right.
And some of that meant that even on my way here, I happened to be on the phone doing stuff.
Okay.
So I'll leave the tease to you.
Okay.
Because I don't want to tease something you guys already talked about. I'm sure you've discussed at length the officiating.
No.
Really?
We have not spent a lot of time in the officiating.
Well, then you know what? That's probably a good place to go, Alan. No? Because I've got some opinions on it.
At some point, we've got to get there, especially after what Mike Brown said. I have a theory to share and also some interesting information that the director of officials for the NBA said today.
Okay.
About a non-call that was made.
Okay. Well, we're going to do all of that. We've got Talk About It Tuesday at 4:30. We've got ENN at 6. And then we're out of Dodge at 6:30. The Mets are back after a 3-3 Western swing. They'll be home coming up at 6:30 for a 7 o'clock first pitch as they take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 6:30, ESPN New York.
Your New York Knicks are back in the finals, and BetMGM is here for this legendary run. Get in on the championship series with odds boosts, same-game parlay boosts, and more. Whether it's another clean sweep or Knicks in 7, BetMGM offers a star-studded lineup of markets for the finals, including live bets, props, and original bets. And if you're looking to call the shots with the same precision as the Eastern Conference champions, early cash out will be offered on select bets to give you the flexibility to take your payout early. Join the Knicks and BetMGM on this march toward a ticker tape parade. Let's go Knicks. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply.
I'm a dog, and my job is to make you happy. So I recommend Optimum Fiber for your home. It's famously fast, way better than flaky 5G home internet, which can slow down the more people or dogs are online. So switch to Optimum Fiber, starting at only $25 a month with a 5-year price lock. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. That's 888-4-OPTIMUM. Gus, fetch! I gotta take that. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000. Use code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, fellas.
Yeah. It's totally time.
Mets start a series with the Cardinals with coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. And the Yankees continue their series with the Guardians at 6:40. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Obviously, the officiating leaves a lot to be desired, and I'm sure we're going to get word on at least a flagrant one. I would think a flagrant one on Wemby for what he did to Brunson. And I know I saw it on social media, listening to a lot of the shows earlier today. Fans are up for grabs about it, and I understand. At least in my opinion. And
you think fans are up for grabs? You mean like they're all out of like
up for grabs?
I think that makes more sense.
What are you trying to say?
That's I don't
use it in a different phrase, if you don't mind, because I'm trying to figure out what you mean by.
The fans are apoplectic. The fans are out of control.
They're in a frenzy.
That's what Michael's trying to say when he's like Yankee Stadium's up for grabs.
But it's stupid. Stop
it's up for grabs. These people have lost it.
No,
all right, they're nuts, and anything
can
happen.
Up for grabs doesn't up for grabs means anyone can have it?
Wait, don't do this.
No,
that's yes.
I'm
going to
fight it because you guys don't get it.
But it shouldn't be. But especially, I conceded. I gave you the stadium one. You now did it beyond stadium. You used it in like a more abstract. The fans are all upset about it. They're up for grabs.
Fans are what you're confusing it with.
Why can't I?
It's not up for. It's up in arms. They're up in arms. They're up in arms about it. What the hell?
Why can't
That's what it is.
You let me
because it was so
bail
confusing.
myself out.
No, there's
of a misstep. Why does this show have to be so on time? Why can't you just let a professional who's been doing this for 30 years maybe worm his way out of it? Instead, you got to call me out. Instead of me saying up in arms, I said up for grabs accidentally. And then I was going to try to work my way out of it. But you guys wouldn't have it.
All right.
You wouldn't have it. And I think given some time that I could have done it.
I didn't know. I really didn't know.
I was good, but you got to give me some room.
I was like, fans.
You got to give me some field. You gave me no field.
No, he didn't get much.
And I think I might have scored.
You get no quarter. You get no quarter.
Right on top of me. But I've always said this. I've always said this.
Yeah.
And people have yelled at me and disagreed with me. You guys may disagree. I don't believe in the grand scheme of the game that an umpire and official is why you lose. All right? There's other moments. That was still a winnable game for the Knicks. It was an egregiously poorly officiated game, in my opinion.
Yep.
Very much like I think the first two were, and the Knicks were able to overcome it. Knicks didn't play well. They lost. All right? End it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that doesn't mean you can't complain about the officiating. It should be better. This is the highest level of NBA basketball. How do you not see Brunson getting thrown around? And I do understand that from a distance, it looks bad because he's 1.5 feet taller than Brunson, right? It's the equivalent of in the mall seeing a mom smack a child. That's what it looks like. No, I'm not getting on Brunson. It's just that he's 1.5 feet shorter.
Yeah.
But still, you can't miss it. So I don't think it's a flagrant 2. I don't think you guys do either. That should have been called. I get it. But listen, if I'm the Knicks and I see that you're letting that go, then I'm doing the same thing. Because what does every Knick fan love about the history of the Knicks? What do they love about the 90s Knicks?
Of course.
They love the physicality, love Riley saying, there's no easy fouls. Put them in the third row. Like, that's the mentality of New York,
but Don,
right?
Here's you're right, but here's the problem with what you're saying. And everything you're saying is right, up to a point.
Okay.
Here's an example of what I'll give you is in Game 2, Mitchell Robinson was called for a technical for a light push on Wembanyama after they got kind of tangled up on the post. He got called for a tech, not Wemby. Later on in that game, De'Aaron Fox got in Brunson's face and then started shoving Bridges, who came over to step in. No techs. The league watched it back, rescinded the tech from Mitchell Robinson. So they said the official was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
In the game last night, Wemby does that, nothing. Josh Hart gets knocked down by Luke Cornett, gets up annoyed, just gets up fast. He gets called for a tech. That's 1 point. They made the free throw. That's 1 point. Why? Like, wait, so the Knicks are seeing a pattern here. And so if you retaliate, guess what happens to you?
I'm not saying retaliate.
You know the tech is coming. And so they, honestly, they have to be careful with their response. But I'm with you because I said this morning, and I'm glad you're bringing it up. Because the fact that he did that to the captain of this team, the fact that Castle forearm shiver right into his chest and knocked him down, and they didn't think it was a flagrant. They just gave him a foul. And if you're the Spurs, you're like, yep, just a foul. But you took it. You took a beating. They are beating the hell out of this kid, and the Knicks have done nothing. And that's where you're right. At some point, it's bring him over here. I'm setting a hard screen, and I'll take a foul, but he's going to feel it.
Right.
That did not happen in the game last night.
What I want to see, that's the hockey mentality, right? Get your pound of flesh, do something immediately, retaliate. It'll be worth it at the end of the day. Even if you end up losing the 2 minutes and things even up, you're letting them know we're not tolerating this behavior. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm talking about sticking it to the officials where later on in the game, you do the same thing to Wemby. And then if it's called, you now have more evidence after the game. Look, Wemby did that to Brunson, got nothing. Brunson does it to Wemby, or Hart does it to Wemby, or somebody else does it to Wemby, and you called us? Like, it's more evidence to show you how egregious this actually is and how it's favoring the Spurs over the Knicks. That's the way you do it. So I'm not asking to punish the Spurs. I'm looking to call attention to the officials and make them realize the mistake that they made. They'll eventually see they made a mistake, but I'm not sure. Will they give him a flagrant one? Because now he can't get another one, otherwise he's suspended.
Well, so Monty McCutcheon, who's the head of officiating for the NBA, did acknowledge that they missed the call, which, again, we all know you missed the call. But they do review games, and they do watch back things. Because, again, they rescinded the tech on Mitch by reviewing it. And he said he was on ESPN and said that they are still reviewing it, whether or not it would be deemed a retroactive flagrant. Now, it wouldn't be a flagrant 2.
No.
But if they look back and said, no, that deserved a flagrant 1, that's now 2 points.
Yeah.
And so that's where Wemby would have to be careful, because I think it's 3 and you get suspended. Is it 4 and you get suspended?
It's 4 and you get suspended.
So you can get 2 flagrant 2s? Wow.
So what's that worth? Like, even if they call it a flagrant 1, I mean, he's not going to have time to get any kind of suspension. So you see what I mean? Like, so it's egregious, but imagine the conversation.
Yeah, and the flagrant now doesn't mean anything because the Knicks don't get free throws in it. They get nothing out of it.
Now, if we were to go back and somebody on the Knicks did that to a Spur and got called, the conversation today would be even worse on the officials because we'd have the exact same thing happen.
Yeah.
And one got called one way, one got called the other. So, hey, if you see that that's being allowed, take advantage of it. Maybe not to the extent that Wemby did, because that looked pretty obvious to me. But if you want to play physical, this team can play physical. And I give them credit. None of them complain. Coach did, because the coach is supposed to complain. Right? That's what coaches do. They're trying to get calls for the next game.
Exactly.
But the players don't, because that's not the way the Knicks roll. They're not whiny that way.
It's not going to help you anyway. And so again, what you said about Mike Brown, right? Because some people were critical of Mike Brown. Some people in the national media. That's not what you do. You just tell your team needs to be better. Like, all that stuff. No. What Mike Brown did there is out of the Phil Jackson, Rick Carlisle playbook. Do you remember a couple of years ago when the Knicks played the Pacers in the second round? They went up 2-0, and they were very physical in the first 2 games. And Rick Carlisle, after game 2, did a sob story podium about, I know everybody wants that this is the big market team. We're just a small market team that nobody wants to see win, and I understand, but we deserve a fair whistle. Like, he really laid it on.
I remember that.
And people were buying it like as if he really was upset. No, he was performing, and he knew this is going to make headlines. It's going to take pressure off my team, and it's all everybody's going to talk about for the next 2 days. And what did it do? But in Game 3, his team came out, and they came out swinging, hitting, physical, and nothing was called. And it worked to his advantage. So I think this, and Phil Jackson used to complain all the time about stuff with Michael, especially Jordan. So I think what Mike Brown was trying to do here was, I'll say it so my players don't have to. I'll take the heat. I'll take the fine. But at least the story will be out there. And we'll see if it benefits us in Game 4 in some way. Because the truth be told, and again, I'll keep saying it because there's always one knucklehead that's going to take it out of context and think that all we did was complain about the officials, which is not true. They lost because of turnovers. But Jalen is getting the hell beat out of him every time he tries to bring the ball up the floor. And yes, it's affecting their offense because it's taking long for him to get into something because he's got to fight through all this contact. And then when he finally gets into such like now nobody's open, it's blown up their offense. And for the Spurs, it's exactly what you're supposed to do. It's how they played against the Thunder. But it doesn't make it right that Jalen Brunson, he is a star in this league, and he's the Knicks' best player, and he can't get anywhere on the floor without getting hit, shoved, and at times forearm shivered right to the floor. And if you're not, as the officials, going to protect him, then a Knicks player is going to need to step in and do it. And I don't mean step in the minute Jalen gets hit. No. It's take a number and no free layups. How Wembanyama got to the rim a couple of times without feeling somebody get under his legs, I can't believe that happened. But it can't happen in Game 4. Because if that's how you're going to play against our star, we're going to do the same to yours. That's all. If that's the way they're going to call the series, just make sure it's even. Because he was too comfortable on that court last night.
I got to tell you, though, officiating or not, he is such a problem. Alan, he's going to be running roughshod over this league for if he stays healthy. Peter. Well, that team,
but because you've got Castle and Harper who are kids. They're 21 years old and 20 years old. He's 22. But those three are going to grow up together and get smarter and stronger and develop, like especially if Harper develop a consistent three-point shot. They're going to be hell to play against as they get older.
But if Wemby is healthy, and obviously that's an if with his body type.
Oh, yeah.
But, guys, I think the question I asked my cousin yesterday, who's an incredibly knowledgeable basketball fan, was if this guy stays healthy, could he be a top 5 player who ever lived? I think that's the kind of conversation you have to be having about. I don't think you're paying attention. If you don't think you're watching the development of one of the greatest players to ever pick up a basketball, if he's healthy, I don't know what you're watching.
Question. If he's healthy, he will be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
And I don't think what you're saying there.
It's not a reach at all, is it?
It's not a reach. He has the potential to be one of the all-time greats, but of course, it all has to happen the right way. It all has to play itself out. But we can say he has the potential to be that, and you can say that with full confidence. Because he does.
It's incredible. And guys, the biggest stage in world soccer is days away, as you know, and every goal changes everything. And now, FanDuel's giving you a reason to root for every single one. Introducing Every Goal Pays. Bet on the match and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. That's right, more goals means more bonus bets. And all you have to do is turn on your token. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Let there be goals on FanDuel. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required, must apply bonus token, bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
All right, let's hear from you at 1-800-919-3776. Rob in Omaha, you're on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
What's going on, guys? I just wanted to talk about the officials you guys are speaking about and why I think there's reason to be optimistic, and you can let me know if I'm crazy. I think that was probably the worst game the Knicks have played in all the postseason. Cat wasn't really good. Bridges had the 2 fouls earlier. I think it took him out of the game. What did he take? 3 shots, didn't score. And, that was as Michael said last week after the Spurs won the Western Conference Finals, that there was going to be a nuclear Wemby game. And I think that was it yesterday. And it really came down to Knicks were down by 3, and De'Aaron Fox, who was atrocious in the first 2 games, makes a shot, and the Knicks really withheld it with, how poorly they played and everything. And I think the officials, Alan, I think you brought up a really good point. Someone had to say, right? It's egregious. The video that they showed of the Wemby foul on Brunson, they didn't call it. The ref was clearly in the line of it, right? So it's to the point where, number one, it's not consistent, and it's really bad. So it has to be brought up at some point, and just wanted to get your guys' take on if I'm crazy to think it's taken optimistic from this game at all.
I mean, we might have played that over and over again this morning on Get Up several times, and everyone on the panel couldn't believe that wasn't like. No, first of all, the first thing to me, the most sacred thing in all sports, head contact. The fact that he takes the back of his head and mushes it all the way down to the court like that. And when have you ever seen Brunson just turn around, ignoring the fact that the ball was still live, and just walks up to him like as if to say, "What the hell are you doing?" And Wemby just smiled, just laughed.
I know. I almost would have liked to have seen Brunson do something, but
you can't throw a punch. You can't do it. You're out of the game.
And someone else, it's mid-play. Someone else should have been the person when Brunson gets shoved.
Here's the other thing. What was happening simultaneously was that almost like 5-6 feet away.
Towns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keldon Johnson was literally wrestling Towns.
Well, guys, let's not forget something. Two things. I'm sorry that I pat myself on the back so much, but if I don't, who's going to? I also said last week the level of heel Wemby's going to be in this town by the time it's over.
That was a good take. I did not expect it, but it's a really good take.
No, he's that guy. He's that good, and he's that guy. It's all of it. He is going. He said yesterday he hasn't reached Trae Young levels. Oh, he's going to surpass Trae Young levels.
It's funny that he used Trae Young's name, though.
Yeah, no, it is. It
shows you how aware he is.
He's a basketball nerd, obviously, and knows all the little cultural pieces there. But also, let's not forget about this, guys. Do you remember 5 months ago when we spent a good segment or two screaming about how this team needed to get a little bit more aggressive and shouldn't be laughing about when opposing players throw a ball at a player's face?
Yeah.
Like, let's not forget, this is a team that has the propensity, and I want to say this carefully, to be bitched around.
Wow.
They do. They get punked. They have it's in there, Alan. We know that. Like, they don't have.
They don't bow up.
Josh jumped up yesterday, got a little aggressive, but in general, no, they don't bow up. Great way of putting it. They don't. And they might need to, because San Antonio might see punk in them and think, we're going to punk them over the rest of this series.
No, they're not thinking it.
They're doing it.
They said it.
Watch the replay again of the Wemby Brunson play. I give Wemby credit for this. He didn't throw his hands up like, I didn't do anything.
No.
He looked like a guy
who just shoved someone in the head.
And then when Brunson
he looks like a little brother. Brunson looks like
he does, and you see Wemby laughs at him.
Yeah.
He laughs at him.
Yeah.
So there's something like sadistically cool kind of like I always hate the guys that are like, I didn't do anything. What are you talking about? No, he's like, I did it. So what? I'm laughing at you.
Hold on.
What are you going to do?
I just blew it up.
What do you do about it?
I just blew it up because I hadn't blown it up full screen.
The look that he makes.
Oh,
Peter.
my God. Yeah. He really, the shove is so aggressive. It's not even a question. If I get called for it, I get called for it. Shoves him. And then he completely laughs in his face. Yeah. It's cute that it's like a puppy dog running up to a Rottweiler.
Go get your shine box.
And the reason he didn't put his hands up, he's like, he didn't care if he got called.
No.
And I think he's laughing because he's shocked he wasn't.
Because he didn't get called for it. That's I'm telling you, like that's the part of it. So Alvarado, I guess this is a quote from the Post. When they asked him about it, he said he got away with one. That'll be the last one.
Okay. Now
I love Alvarado. Right? He's a tough kid. He's a tough kid from New York. He's also like smaller than Brunson. Like, I don't know what he's going to do. But it does give you the example of it's not about, throwing punches. It's not about that stuff. To me, it's early in the game. If Wembanyama is going up if you see he's about to get an alley-oop or something, and you're on that strong side, and you say to yourself, all right, I'm going to pretend I'm going for the ball, but I'm not really going for the ball. And he's going to fall hard, and now he's going to think twice the next time he goes at the rim. Because if he falls hard a couple of times, guess what he's not going to do? Mm-hmm. He's going to start retreating from the rim again. I'll say it a third time. He was way too comfortable on that court last night.
Yeah, and you got to
way too comfortable.
You have to do something about it. Let's go to Vernon in the Bronx. You're on ESPN New York. Vernon! Vernon! You know what? I'm going to let him go only because I don't think the conversation he was having was very.
I think that was our show playing in the background.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I don't like people like that.
All right.
The first thing that you're always told is turn your radio down. And if you can't do that, you can't follow directions, you can't be on the show. Deep in Brooklyn, you're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys. How's it going? Good afternoon. Not really. It was a fun game yesterday. I was lucky to get tickets in the 200s. The energy in the 200s was very fun.
Yeah.
And I watched the game back on replay. But going up into the game was very weird, seeing everything around the Garden just empty, fenced off, police down block, right? But going into the Garden, I watched the game on replay.
Yeah.
And there wasn't the lower bowl didn't really have that much energy, especially in the last few seconds. Like Castle on the last possession for the Spurs when he shoots that three, I didn't really see much energy. But Alan, you did a good point. That Pacers series, after the Knicks lost both games in Indiana, they come out and blow out the Knicks. I mean, they come out and blow out the Pacers at home in Game 5. So with Mike Brown pointing out the officiating, right, and strike first mentality on the Spurs players, you can't have your captain get out there and get punked like that. You got to strike first. You got to set the tone. The Garden has to feed off that, right? So, I expect the Knicks to come out, much better in Game 4. They got to cut down the turnovers. But one thing I like about the Knicks, their bench, they seem a lot faster. I mean, obviously because they're smaller, but they run faster and fresher out there. Instead, sometimes when Brunson holds the ball, the offense really slows down so much. And you saw this at the end of Game 2 when the Spurs went on 14-0. The offense was really 10 seconds late in the shot clock, put up a shot, jump shot. And you saw that spurts in this game, But I like the Knicks bench. I like how they play. They play fast. They run around. They cause some problems for the Spurs, especially bringing the ball up the court. That's been a problem through 3 games, and it probably will be a problem for the rest of the way. But, Game 4, make it or break it. Let's, hopefully the energy at the Garden is a little better in the lower area maybe because, Alan, when you said that the energy came from top down, I heard at the beginning of the show, that could not be any more perfect. Around where I was, it was all right. But thank you guys for taking my call. Hopefully the Knicks can win this thing in 5 games. But if they lose tomorrow, hey, we get the 3rd game at the Garden. Yeah. So
you don't want
there, but hopefully they finish off in 5.
I'm telling you, 2-2.
You don't want this.
Not what you want.
You don't want that. You got to get out of this thing 3-1, and then you're looking at the opportunity to either take 3 wins on the road to get a title or to get a title in a Game 6. But yeah, Don, I don't know if you heard that. And I don't know if you've ever experienced it in that arena. But it was a very strange thing. I've always felt, and maybe because of my proximity, I'm not up in a press box like hockey. You're always going to be up. But I've always felt the noise generated at Knick games. It's a roar, and it usually starts in the lower bowl, and it's like an amphitheater. It goes up, and then it's like it really hits its crescendo when everybody gets into it, right? Because closer you are, the more you're reacting because it's right in front of you. And it was odd that last night I kept hearing it, the roar, the crowd, the reaction to things, the urging the team, or when a shot was made or missed or rebound, whatever. It started up top and then kind of cascaded down as if the lower bowls were like, what's going on up there? Oh, we must be time to cheer. It was very strange. So it had just an odd feel to it. The whole night just had an odd
Everything
feel
was
to it.
odd. It was just, it was the first time they had been home in a while. First home game in an NBA Finals since 1999. The presence of the president and all the security and how long it took people to get into the building. There was a lot. You know what last night was, guys?
What's that?
It was a Super Bowl.
Well, I said that.
You
That's
did.
funny.
I didn't say that.
You're not the only. That's the third time
Alan kept
I've heard
describing
that.
the feel.
Yeah,
and
third time I've heard it today.
But it sounds like Super Bowl.
But it's not just the feel of you've got a lot of people that aren't rooting for the teams at the Super Bowl because you got corporate sponsors and friends of the league and just people that like to go to the Super Bowl. there's a lower percentile of actually fans of the two teams that are playing. Plus, getting into the building it takes forever.
Right.
And the commercial breaks are long. It just sucks the energy out of the building of the Super Bowl. I've been to Super Bowls, and you're like, wow, I'm at the most important game being played in football, and I feel like I'm at a preseason game, even though every seat is full, because the vibe gets completely changed. And I think that's what happened. There was a lot of things working against the crowd last night. Hopefully that will not be the case for Game 4. It'll be more about basketball, but we'll have to wait and see. Talk about it Tuesday. It's coming up next. Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
And San Antonio is alive and well in the NBA Finals.
The Spurs.
And the Spurs hand the Knicks just their third loss of the entire postseason.
The NBA Finals.
They're a great team. They're well coached. They got an iconic player, you know. It's not going to be easy.
NBA Finals Game 4 coverage begins tomorrow night at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn, paycheck after paycheck, and you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino & Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates. We win a lot.
Listen up. Fanatics Fest returns to the Javits Center July 16th through the 19th for 4 days of nonstop action right in the middle of the biggest sports weekend of the summer. See more than 500 athletes and celebrities, including Aaron Judge, Kevin Durant, Jalen Brunson, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, and hundreds more. All at the world's #1 sports fan festival. Tickets are on sale now. Grab yours before they're gone at fanaticsfest.com.
Hey, New York, are you okay to drive? Did you know that driving under the influence isn't just limited to drinking alcohol? Cannabis, prescription drugs, and street drugs can all impair your ability to think and react behind the wheel. Drugs, alone or combined with alcohol, can cause poor coordination and lack of focus. Don't put your life on the line or take someone else's away. Cabs, rideshare, or public transportation are at your fingertips. The New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee is reminding you to make a safe choice. Always drive sober.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code MULTIPLY to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code MULTIPLY to borrow up to $10,000. Use code MULTIPLY to borrow up to $10,000.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Can't catch a break on the Staten Island Expressway westbound. They picked up that debris spill by Victory Boulevard, but now a broken down truck in the center lane by Clove Road. Jammed there and backed up across the Verrazano into Brooklyn. Mets are home tonight at Citi Field. Also Bark in the Park if you're getting a jump start at the Whitestone Bridge into Queens. Just a bit bunched up there from the Bronx side. Worst ride to the outbound George Cross Bronx westbound. Slam from the Bruckner on through. Adding to the delays, a broken down car in the right lane by the Sheridan. Inbound George, just about 10 to 15 minutes using 8095. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 20 to 30. Outbound Hahn, running at least a half hour. And once you're in Jersey, stay away from the outbound Skyway. Crash in the left lane by the Turnpike. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
This Father's Day, put the focus on Dad's happy place, his garage. Shop more ways to organize, more ways to build, and more ways to spend time together. With low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him a rolling toolbox or a wall-mounted organizer to keep it all in place. Or save on power tools like the Ryobi 2-tool driver drill combo kit for just $99. Make Father's Day about building something together with a little help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Sometimes you just can't take it anymore.
You're done. I'm done.
This is Let's Talk About It Tuesday.
And it's a really
this idiot with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Oh, God bless. Talk about it Tuesday. Me bless, that's right. Since we are talking about it, and it is a mental health sort of segment. It was originally a BetterHelp segment. Love BetterHelp. Love they do a fantastic job. I'm a big proponent of the therapy. I'm in basically round-the-clock therapy to try to keep this thing on the wheels. But also now I have my Validate Me podcast. So for anyone out there, I have heard from a lot of our listeners, so shout out to the DHR people who have reached out. But I just recorded episode 3 today. It'll be on Thursday. So if you want to go down a little bit of a mental health journey with me, Validate Me, available on YouTube, wherever you find podcasts.
And I do realize you took a bit of a financial hit last night.
I did.
But you've done well overall. Then why don't you sponsor?
I did.
Talk About It Tuesday.
It's a great point by you. How about I just say it's sponsored by me?
Well, I don't think that's
not how sponsorship works. Well, you know what, Don? I'm going to take what you said under advisement.
Okay.
Natalie and I, before the party we went to last night, got some delicious omakase.
What is that?
That's the next step for you, Don.
I'm not familiar.
That's your next sushi step you got to take. Omakase is when the chef selects what you get, essentially, and they just serve you course by course. So yesterday was a 13-course omakase, meaning you sit there and the guy in front of you makes the sushi and hands you one by one 13. And each one is kind of an experience. You eat them, you wait 3, 4, 5 minutes, whenever. Another one comes out, you eat it. But like each one's very each one's a very specific flavor. I do pass on the uni. Alan, you an uni guy? I don't do uni.
No.
Anthony, you do uni?
Haven't tried. Wouldn't be against it, though.
Yeah,
but I haven't tried it.
How do you spell this overall experience?
Omakase.
I'm gonna send this to Rachel and see if she approves, because she's my sushi guru.
I think Rachel's done and loved omakase, and if she hasn't, but I'll go a step further. If she hasn't, she's a fraud.
Right. I think she has. She had Winnipeg sushi. So
well, that's almost concerning, actually. The Winnipeg sushi. Now, Anthony, are we allowed to play? Do we have to get like clearance
for
a video from someone's social media? That everybody in the world's playing.
What could you be referring to?
The Jamie Foxx impression of Inside the NBA last night that was not remotely offensive, just hilarious.
So I haven't seen this.
I'd like you to go on Jamie Foxx's Instagram or Twitter, I forget which it is, or just search his name on social media. And I think we can just play.
If it's on his public Instagram, I'm assuming we're fine, and we're whatchamacallit. We're crediting him anyway. So.
I can't wait to play it.
All right, here we go. We have it. Ready?
You have it?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Is it clean? I'm pretty sure it's clean.
You're pretty sure?
No, I'm not 100.
You're not 100% sure it's clean.
I need to go through it once, Jacob.
All right.
Go through it while I give you my talk about it, and then maybe we can close the segment with it because it's so terrific, and we can talk about Jamie Foxx being brilliant. I mentioned it earlier.
I thought he was dead, remember?
Oh, my. We all did. It was worrisome. We talked about it earlier, but I got to talk about it again. I understand kids will be kids and teenagers getting into big mob situations and running crazy. It's not specific to New York. It's not specific to 2026. It's not specific to anything except teenagers do crazy stuff, for sure. However, the amount of videos of crazed, maniacal, violent behavior under the guise of it somehow being related to the Knicks is really, really upsetting to see. Like, I've seen at least 4 or 5 Spurs fans just being done mollywopped, physically just completely assaulted for doing nothing more than wearing a Spurs jersey. I saw, some people who weren't kids, who were not children. We're talking about people in their 20s trying to tear down street signs. Listen, cops last night, you talk about having your hands full. I can't believe there were only 21 arrests. I wonder how much of that, I wonder how many more there could have been, except for the fact that the cops were so outmanned last night that they probably had to be very tactical about how they chose to even pursue these situations. Because, Don, there's not enough police force to possibly be able to cover everything that's happening, especially once people start going crazy. So all I'm saying is, if you're an adult out there and you have teenage kids and they went out last night to watch the game and they're going to go out again on Wednesday, can you at least be aware and go on social media and see what's going on out there and at the very least have a conversation with your kids about avoiding this absolute madness?
And you wonder, too, like if you have a teenage son and he's going out, oh, Mom, I'm going to go check out what's happening at the Garden. And he's a Net fan or Laker fan or just not a fan of basketball at all, and he's got a Spur jersey on, make him stay home. Because you wonder sometimes, is that kind of just stirring? Remember, it was last year. The fan walked through the crowd in the pace.
That was 2 years. It was 2 years ago.
He was trolling, right?
It was 2 years ago. They threw garbage at him, and then Tyrese Halliburton turned him into a hero.
Right.
Yeah.
And you just wonder if all that was performative anyway.
I know, and that guy, by the way, based on what I saw last night, that guy really got off lucky. Because last night was just absolutely insane. So if you have a young person in your life, someone who went out last night or someone who might go out Wednesday or Saturday, just have a conversation with them. Listen, even if they're good kids and they wouldn't do anything, at the very least, just tell them to stay away from it. There was just a lot. The cops don't deserve to go through it. The mayor is really trying to make this a fun thing. Everyone in the city is trying to make this an awesome thing.
Well, it was
Don't
fun.
ruin it.
It was fun. It's now been ruined because these videos now have now replaced what was, a rollicking, joyful, unified, not just fan base, but city, right? Where everybody's hosting watch parties, everybody's having fun. It's ruined now. That's what sucks. Is this what has been a fun story? And it's made New York feel a bit of a small town because they were rallying behind one team. And I just think this has now completely ruined it because of all this stuff. Because it goes from the celebratory stuff of climbing up on the light posts or climbing up on the marquee, and even that's crazy, but it's still in the name of fun, right? This now has gone another way. And of course, is it smart to throw on a Spurs jersey and walk through the streets looking for trouble? No, that's not smart. You know what you're doing when you're walking through, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you want to do it because you want to be Billy Big Balls. Okay, fine. You're going to do it, but guess what's going to happen? People are going to feel a way about it, especially when their team lost. But it doesn't also mean that it should turn into the apps. It's just kids wilding, man. That's all it is. But it has taken over now as the main story. And so what was once a nice story about New York people from different walks of life, what was the line that Fat Joe said? It was an unbelievable line he said the other day. About seeing whatever it is. He said 3 things, and it was hilarious the way he put it about different walks of life.
Yeah, most of the city's been together since 9/11.
Well, yeah, that was the punchline, but he started it out with something where it's different people from different walks of life all doing things together that normally don't get along. That's gone now. Again, that's the end of the innocence last night. It's been ruined because no one now will look at it any other way. It sucks.
Yeah.
But that's where we're at.
It was a perfect storm.
Yeah.
I don't think the president's being here, the police presence that led to, all of it came together to make yesterday feel weird and off and not the vibe it's been. And, Don and I were talking about before the show yesterday, the Republicans and Democrats alike were all kind of like, don't know if this is what we needed right now.
Because it's funny how we all see it the same way, right?
Yeah, like we were all together.
We all
not
look going,
thinking-
what are these kids doing? Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah,
Go inside.
Now, you guys want? Don, do you have anything? Or,
Oh, yeah.
Then I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
There's production and everything.
There's production?
Yeah, not by me, but by Anthony and Jacob. All contributed.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, we are talking about, even though we don't believe it, but it's on the table with the poor officiating, that they're in the bag for the Spurs, right? Well, there was moments last night. The guys know Alan might have noticed, but he was there, so it might have been more difficult for him to notice. But Mark Davis is the official that after the review announces to the crowd and to the television audience what went down with the replay, right?
Yes.
Well, here's what happened when Hart ended up getting called after the replay. This is Mark Davis.
Upon review, it has been determined that Jason Hart made illegal contact during the dead ball to Cornet.
Who? Jason Hart, not Josh Hart.
Yeah, I heard that.
And then the play involving Wemby.
Towns grabs Wemby's arm. Therefore,
I saw that. I heard that.
Loose ball foul.
And here the crowd react like, wait a minute. You're getting the Knick guy's name wrong, and now we're all familiar with Wemby. Like, I don't think there's anything going on, but you can't do that. Like, I'll give you an example when I'm calling games. Like, I'll go to the play-by-play guy for the other team to try to get the pronunciations down.
Mm-hmm.
And then there might be a devil. I'm trying to Lamico was called up, and it was a difficult name to pronounce. And I joked with the other guy. I forget what team it was. It's like it's a difficult name to pronounce. I'm hoping he becomes a superstar. Then I can call him Lammy. And he made a great point. He's like, well, I'll never be able to do that. Like the other team's announcers can't use nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was able to say "Saved by Hank" instead of Lundqvist because I was the Ranger announcer.
Right.
The Blues Jackets announcer can't call him Hank. That's too friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, but even if he did, he could. An official, you can't.
Right.
An official, there's a formality.
But I'm just saying even the other team's announcers know
Probably
you don't
would.
go there. Now I understand Wemby's a little different because you're saying it because his name is very difficult to pronounce, and it's become like everybody's calling him Wemby. All right, I'll let you go. I'll let you slide with that. But can you get Josh Hart's name right?
No,
Everybody's thinking that you're in the bag for the officials. You're using the nickname for one and getting the other team's name wrong.
Now, I know what that looks like. I hate to be the guy. I'm going to be that guy right now.
Be that guy.
Josh and Mark know each other well. Like
I know.
Josh's been in the league a long time. They talk. Like Josh is somebody that talks to officials all the time and jokes around and stuff. Mark might have just been in like kind of a little like rattled.
But it's
like he's sitting there going like, Robert Kraft is sitting there, and then there's Cardi B, and then there's Eli Manning and Derek Jeter, and there's what's Khaled doing here, and then he's got to say these names, Jason, whatever his name is, Hart, that guy.
It's
like I'm sure
I know.
that's the reason.
It's just a bad look.
But it is a bad look.
That's all I'm saying.
It is totally a bad look.
It was also funny because I'm watching it with Nancy, and just the way the shot is. I wish they could come up with a better shot because it almost like Al Jazeera TV. Like it looks weird, right? His face is so close to it, just looks weird.
No,
right?
it's like your dad. Like your dad, or like whatever it is. The dad that does FaceTime and it's like up his nose. Like you know what, Peter. It's Don when he does our show on location and refuses to use the nice, stand that I get him.
Which I now am using on a regular basis, but I did take embarrassment to finally get to use it. But, it's at that level. But what's funny, because Nancy's like, is he really important? Why are there security guards on either side of him? The way the shot was, you could see the security for MSG on either side of him. And I'm like, no, it's a stoppage in play. That's what they do. They're
on the court.
But they were both in the shot, and it was kind of crazy. So she's like, he must be really important. He's got security all around. No, they just happen to be in the shot. But that was mine. I just thought it was kind of funny.
Oh, also speaking of that, have you ever noticed before? Yesterday when they had the Trump appearance, when I saw the angle from the crowd, they had him lit for TV. Like he was making an appearance. Like as if Allen was doing a hit for MSG, and they follow him out on the court with the big light.
Right.
He actually had like lighting up in the suite for the moment. I didn't know that was a thing that you ever saw in a suite.
No.
Like it was all set up for that one shot, which is why then the only other shots you saw were him and Dolan. I guess were they just sitting in like the last row, but like they could still see in the bowl? Is that where you think they were sitting, or are they inside the suite?
No, they're in the suite. There's seats. There's like I think about. Well, you've been in Suite 57.
Yeah, is it like that?
It's the same thing.
Got
It's just a little bit. That's a little bit grander of a suite, though. That's
But
a
it's the same
center
vibe.
court.
But did they replace the glass and make it higher though?
They put in protective
I
glass.
wasn't up there, but I would.
When I saw it on TV, the glass looked a lot taller.
They probably did
covering
install
That's what
something.
I read. They installed something.
Yeah.
Right. Well, did you have one, Alan? Because we could tease it.
No. I enjoyed this.
I'll tell you what I have for you though. The Jamie Foxx audio on the other side. It's worth it sticking around just for that.
All right, Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
And San Antonio is alive and well in the NBA Finals.
The Spurs.
And the Spurs hand the Knicks just their third loss of the entire postseason.
The NBA Finals.
They're a great team. They're well coached. They got an iconic player, It's not going to be easy.
NBA Finals Game 4 coverage begins tomorrow night at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Your New York Knicks are back in the finals, and BetMGM is here for this legendary run. Get in on the championship series with odds boosts, same-game parlay boosts, and more. Whether it's another clean sweep or Knicks in 7, BetMGM offers a star-studded lineup of markets for the finals, including live bets, props, and original bets. And if you're looking to call the shots with the same precision as the Eastern Conference champions, early cash out will be offered on select bets to give you the flexibility to take your payout early. Join the Knicks and BetMGM on this march toward a ticker tape parade. Let's go Knicks. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Sure, keeping things casual has its time and place. But sometimes simply playing to have fun isn't enough. So when you're looking for a way to up the ante, try these 5 simple words. Play you for an ultra? That always seems to do the trick. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
The ESPN New York Beach Bash is back. Thursday, July 2nd at Bar A in Lake Como, New Jersey. Head down to the Jersey Shore and join the Michael K. Show and Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live starting at 1 p.m. Plus, there'll be appearances from DiPietro and Rothenberg, as well as Bart and Carlin. We'll have plenty of giveaways for fans in attendance, a soccer watch party, and the chance to test your skills by trying to kick a soccer goal past Rick DiPietro. Save DiPietro! Plus, music from Surfing for Daisy. It's all brought to you by Spike Dave, Boost Mobile, Miller Lite, Fanatics Fest NYC, and New Jersey Lottery. You must be at least 21 years of age to enter.
Just like the New Jersey Devils, thank you.
There you go.
Sure.
Bring intensity on the ice. Viking Pest Control brings that same level of protection to your home. And I know this because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play, so it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. Listen, it's barbecue season, right? You're having people over. Maybe you got a pool. Do you really want them having to sit there and eat outside, and there's ants and there's insects flying around? You want to get rid of all that stuff. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works. And when you bundle pest control with mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out. Peter's got a bit of a treat.
I'm very excited. I don't know why this is so simple, but this was Jamie Foxx just like jumped. He's just like laying on his couch holding the phone up. It's not like some sort of produced video. Right. But after the game ended last night, these were Jamie Foxx's thoughts.
13 of 16 here in the Garden. I'm here. They're there. We're all here. Shaq is here. Charles is here. Kenny's here. What do you think, Shaq? I don't know what the he said, but we're here in the Garden. They're going off. It's great here in the Garden right now. Here at the New York Knicks, everyone's here. Ben Stiller's here. Timothy Chalamet's there. Spike Lee's there. Everyone is here in the Garden. We're here. They're there. We're going to be here. We'll be here all night. They'll be there all night. What do you think? Charles, weigh in. Ernie, let me say this. Shaq, let me say, Shaq, what do you think? We're here, they're there, we're here, we'll be right back. Kia, right here in the Garden.
He just said Kia out of the. He's so. Have you guys noticed though? That's what makes Jamie Foxx so brilliant. Ernie always says, "We're here." They're there. That is a thing he always says when they're on location. But Jamie just noticed it. Went crazy with it. And then the Charles. Oh, beautiful. So I loved getting that last night.
No, that was terrific.
Thank you, Jamie.
See, every once in a while, social media does throw you.
That's right.
For all the filth and disgust and lies and vermin.
Yeah, and there's nasty, horrible violence that I'm being fed.
It's something like that buys another month on social media.
Yeah,
before I send out my picture that I.
No, Donnie, I can't wait to get out.
that day
I can't wait.
I'm telling you, when I get out, that picture that I sent you guys is going to be what I tweet out.
I like it.
I've got it saved on my phone.
I've got to now think of one along those same lines and find something like that, and that'll be the goodbye.
That'll be it really.
I love it.
Let's go to Dean out in Pennsylvania. We're here, you're there, Dean. What's going on?
We're here, you're there.
Hey guys, nice to be on with you.
What's up?
Hey, possessions. Last night's game, they had so many wasted possessions, and basketball is a game of possessions. You have a finite amount of possessions, and what really drove me crazy last night was when Jalen would get frustrated, and then he would start playing his hero ball. Right when he started running down court and running around, I'm like, there's a wasted possession. You could see the wasted possession, and he would pass to someone that's not ready, and away you go.
Can I interrupt to just ask you a question? I want to let you get it out of your system because I know you're frustrated. So I know you want to get it out. But because I keep hearing this from fans, and I know it's frustrating to watch. But I need you to answer me a question. Do you think Jalen Brunson is a selfish person?
No.
Do you think Jalen Brunson only cares about his own success and is doing it because he just wants to be the only one scoring and getting all the adulation?
No.
Okay.
But my point is,
there's something that happened.
You've got to be cognizant.
Well, I'm trying to explain
cognizant.
it. I think he is. All right. That's why I'm trying to tell you. This is not an intentional thing. This is by design from San Antonio. Do you know what they stopped doing that they were doing in the first 2 games? They did not do in Game 3. They stopped trapping. So when they were trapping Brunson, it's easy for him because someone's open. 2 playing 1 means 3 are playing 4. So you find that whoever wasn't being guarded cuts to the ball, usually to the nail, middle of the court, catches the ball, and now we're going to play. It's a power play. And that's how the ball movement, the cutting, and everything else starts to happen. You're making them pay. Take Brunson out, it's to pick your poison. What the Spurs told their 4 guards is, we're switching, we're not trapping, and you've got to just body the hell out of him and don't let him get to his spots. You're playing him one-on-one, and Wemby's not going to guard Cat anymore. Wemby's going to guard Josh Hart, and he's going to leave him. And he's going to be a rover. So wherever Brunson gets into the paint, if he does beat you, he's going to hover. And Brunson's not going to want to shoot against a guy 1.5 feet taller than him. So you have to sometimes give credit where credit's due. The Spurs did a great job flipping the script defensively, and they blew up the offense. There were times that Brunson worked so hard just to get over half court, and then he's got no one to pass to because everybody stayed stuck to their guy. His first option was always taken away. Now he's got to try to dribble and find something. Now I got 10 seconds on the clock. Well, I got to come over to basket now. And he's got to start. So offense, the offense got stagnant, not because Jalen Brunson wants to be the hero. It's because the Spurs did a masterful job in messing up their half-court offense. He's got to fix a couple of things. One of them is getting up the floor faster off makes. The other problem, though, guys, is that Deuce McBride couldn't dribble against pressure defense. They had to take him out of the game. They don't have anyone else that can really handle the basketball, bring it up the floor. Josh did a couple of times. Mikal Bridges does, but he was in foul trouble. Their offense was blown up by a Spurs defense that was as on point as you'll see a road team play. You have to give credit where credit's due, and the Knicks have to fix it now before we get into the next game. It's not dissimilar from what the Hawks did. It's the same type of defense. Dyson Daniels, very physical and nasty. Jalen Johnson, they had the same type of effect. The Pacers did this to Jalen Brunson last year as well. This is now the adjustment you make for Game 4. I just want to explain the Brunson hero ball narrative thing and just make sure that people understand. He's not trying to be selfish. It's just the only thing that the Spurs gave him, and there was no counter for it.
All right, more of your calls when we come back. Are you nervous after dropping your first game in a month and a half? Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 6:30, then it's Mets-Cardinals on ESPN New York.
Greatness isn't given, it's earned. On June 27th at Barclays Center, 2 undefeated stars step into the spotlight for boxing immortality. Jaron Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas, battling for the unified WBO and WBA World Super Welterweight titles. Only one leaves with the crown. Witness the pursuit of greatness, live at Barclays Center, Brooklyn, June 27th. Final tickets are available now at Ticketmaster.com.
I'd finally have time to reread my favorite fantasy book.
Dig deeper. We're imagining winning the New York lottery here.
Okay, I'd build my own reading nook right where the sun hits.
Getting warmer.
The French sun. I'll buy a villa in Marseille. Wait, what's the French word for sun?
I don't know, Kathy. You're the reader.
Okay, I'll hire a tutor to learn the French word for son, then the words to negotiate real estate, then I'll buy my own French library.
And to think you just wanted to reread a book. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We've got the Mets home tonight over at Citi Field. Already a bit busy at the Whitestone Bridge getting into Queens from the Bronx side. Expressway southbound keeps you sluggish heading toward the stadium and Northern Boulevard. Grand Central eastbound, some pockets of slowdowns heading in that direction. Delays go back onto the Bronx and Manhattan legs of the Triborough Bridge. Best of it's the outbound George Henry Hudson. Second choice West Side Highway northbound. Your stop and go there from the 79th Street Boat Basin. Inbound George just about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 20 to 30. Outbound Honer, only about a half hour. Once you're in Jersey, doing better on the outbound Skyway. They picked up that crash by the Turnpike in Newark. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
ESPN New York. Now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2 New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, fellas.
It's Charlie time. Yeah. It's Tully time.
Mets start a series with the Cardinals, with coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. And the Yankees continue their series with the Guardians at 6:40. McMahon with a big home run last night. Yankees won their first game in extra innings all year. I think they were 0 for 10,
I wouldn't know if Vince McMahon hit a home run.
Did you guys notice that Allen purposely mentioned an eighth-inning event of Doval being in the game to prove that he was paying attention?
I got to say something after I finish the read. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. If you go to NBA.com, you can look and get the play-by-play of the game if you wanted to read it, what happened. I use it on NHL.com to find out when the last time a team had a shot, something like that. What you could do if you want play-by-play, then join our text thread. John Winthrop, our pinhead suit, will text everything that happens in real time.
I didn't say a word.
If you miss anything, don't worry. Just go to your phone and take a look at the text, and he'll tell you. Oh, he dribbled it off his foot there. I can't believe it. He is so into this. It's amazing. I love him. But
he's a psycho, is what you're saying.
He's a psycho.
No, he'll take you through each bowel movement, everything that happens throughout the night. Urination.
Yeah, right. Crotch grabs. It's all there.
It's the whole thing is there. He's very committed to it.
Well, I was not comfortable when Duvall came in the game. We're tied. It was an absolute disaster.
It was so performative.
Let's move on.
It was freaking me out.
By the way, it was the Peter and John show yesterday. I didn't say a word.
No, it was more me and John. That is true.
A lot going on there.
Now, I just want to say, I had a similar conversation with Ebro yesterday morning that I had with Alan. I feel like yesterday afternoon.
I think it's important you say this.
Uh-oh.
If we're on the same page.
I got it to Alan. I don't want to be that guy.
But you're gonna.
You didn't want to do it, and you did warn fans to not get ahead of themselves. But at the same time, when I pointed out to you, the Knicks haven't been fabulous in games 1 and 2. And there are a couple of different ways of looking at that. You can look at it as, well, they haven't been great in games 1 and 2, and they still won. Mm-hmm. That's great. The bad side is they haven't been great in games 1 and 2. They didn't put together a full 48 in either of those games, which is unlike what they'd been doing the rest of this magical run.
Mm-hmm.
And you did downplay in the sense that you said, the Spurs haven't given me evidence.
Right.
And I guess I felt it was a little dismissive because, frankly, what they showed us in the final 2 games against OKC was all the evidence I needed to know that they are a big boy team. And what they showed us last night, and I'm curious now if you've changed your thoughts on this, they showed that regardless of age, this moment doesn't scare them at all. They're
not quitters like the previous 2 teams.
Yeah. They're not overwhelmed.
Yeah.
They can get down. We saw them get down 14 big with 6 minutes left to go in game 2. We saw Wemby take control of the team, grab them by the collar, and run them all the way back, and they came up short.
Right.
Alan, I'm just not going to. I'm nervous about tomorrow for Knicks fans. This is a. You don't want to panic. But this is a team in San Antonio who I truly believe answered the call of Alan Hahn-like doubters who didn't think there was evidence that they could do what they did last night.
Right. Now, first of all, you spoke with me before the show, so you know exactly how I felt about that.
Go ahead.
I needed to see it, and I saw it. That's all I was saying. Can you close in that kind of a spot?
They said, Alan, yes, we can.
Yeah. But that's what you want to see it. All right, when a team wins 13 straight playoff games, I'm always going to believe the team that won 13 straight playoff games will find a way because they had, for the better part of a month and a half, 43 days. Okay? So when you go through that, I'm watching and I'm saying, even a game 2 that you're supposed to lose that game. Everything about game 2 was you're supposed to lose this game, and yet they still won it. So that's why I said I had full confidence going into the game that this team wouldn't get caught up in the whatever the weird atmosphere was going to be. I was wrong. And I also said that if they keep it close, I don't know if the Spurs, they're young, would be able to handle closing a game like that. I was wrong. Castle's 2 free throws were monstrous. Drilled them both. No problem. UConn kids played in that building before. You got to give credit where credit's due. They had to do it, and they did it. Their season was literally on the line there, and they did it. But there were several times they could not throw a knockout punch where the Knicks looked like they were ready to be knocked out because they were playing horribly, fouling too much, turning it over. Their offense was stuck in mud, and yet there they were once again, down 4. And Castle gets a grenade from Wemby off a terrible pass, shot clock winding down. That would have been an incredible defensive possession for the Knicks. And he chucks up a 3, and it goes in. God bless. You got to salute him. A hell of a shot, kid. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Foxx with the mid-range shot. He had an awful game, and Foxx makes that little mid-range to make it 5. He misses that. Again, it's a 3-point game. So they had to, and I said this, the Knicks were hard to kill. You literally have to kill them. You can't think they're just going to let go and give up.
Hey.
And for the Knicks, they have learned clearly that this is not the Cavs and the Sixers who are going to lay down. You got to also put this team away. So that's all I was saying. Until I see it, I don't know. I'm always going to side with the team that's rolling. And now, of course, that changes. And, of course, Game 4 is clearly now the next most pivotal game in the series. It will say a lot about how far this series is going to go.
It's the first time since Game 4 of the Hawks series, way back in the first round. I think it was still April.
It was, April 24th.
That you go in a little nervous. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be confident. I still think the Knicks are the better team, and I would be a little surprised if they were able to lose. And now the series is even at 2. But you talk about how a building can affect the fans. Well, this could be the first time that there'll be electricity at the start of the game. There always is. But all of a sudden, let's say the Spurs go out on a 10-0 run to start the game, you will have 18,000 nervous people in that building.
Absolutely.
Starting to wonder, oh, my God, are we going to go from 13 straight wins to now an even series, a best of 3 with them having home court advantage? And the other thing that will creep into my mind as a fan, if you were to drop the game tomorrow, and this is why I think it's so huge, you're talking about 4 straight finals games in which the road team won. At some point, that would have to give, right? So the Spurs go home. At some point, the home team is going to win a game.
Right.
And if it doesn't happen in game 4, then it's your advantage. Now, at some point, somebody's going to a home game. Like, you're playing with fire a little bit. One game. That's the craziness of what last night brought to you. Mm-hmm. Whether it was Trump being in the building or, fans being overconfident. I don't think the Knicks were. But, whatever the vibe that changed, one game now alters like everything in the sense that now this is a humongous game. For the first time, it's not a coronation. Well, tomorrow was supposed to be a coronation, right? They were supposed to win game 3, and it was supposed to be we're winning a championship, we're going to sweep, 15 straight wins. It's a party. I think that as we enter Stout tomorrow, as we walk through the streets, there's still going to be pandemonium, there's still going to be a vibe, but it will be tamped down just a little bit because now this game becomes huge, right? Game 1 was in San Antonio. Like, that probably would have been the feel going into San Antonio. New series, new opponent, a team that just won a Game 7. But we never got a chance to really sense that because they went out, they won Game 1 in San Antonio. But it'll be the first time people around Madison Square Garden confident, feeling good about their team. But this is huge, man. Don't drop this one. And it'll be interesting to see how that might affect just the energy if things were to kind of start out well for the Spurs, and now the energy in the building becomes nervous energy.
Don't you think it's after 2 months of this odd feeling of no anxiety, no nothing? I've always said it's not the playoffs for the Knicks if it's not excruciating. And this has been, think about it, this has been the most relaxing month and a half of basketball you could ever have at this time of year. There's been no real what's been the real anxiety here, right? So if anything, Don, you know what tomorrow night is? It's a return to normalcy. It's how it's supposed to be.
It's how it's supposed to. Welcome to the playoff. All right, you can make
right.
I know you felt it Game 4 first round. Well, welcome back to the playoffs because the playoffs have restarted again.
Yeah, now it's starting over again. It's first quarter tomorrow. Now, it could feel a lot better. Knicks go win a game. They get up 3-1. I think you feel comfortable again because for 2 reasons. Number one, the bounce back is such a huge deal.
Yes.
Because this is now the first adversity they've felt since Game 4 in Atlanta, against Atlanta. So then also, you get to know, hey, if we go to San Antonio, we may lose that game. But we get to come back for Game 6 in a building where we're coming off of a win. So it's just, I just can't emphasize how critical tomorrow's game is. I do love, though, that the Trump thing is over. Because no matter how you cut it, it added the security piece of it. All of it added an air no one needed.
Well, yeah.
And it's nice that tomorrow will be like, show up to the building normal time. You can bring a bag. Everything will feel a little bit more at ease tomorrow, which I just think fan-wise, maybe that normalcy will help the vibes a little bit. And they need all the vibes they can get at this moment. Because Don's right. It's nothing reeks pins and needles in sports like you're up in a series and all of a sudden you're seeing confidence in the visiting team. And you're like, oh, my God, we're down 15 points. Is this about to be tied? Or are we about to do a best of 3 with the Spurs who now have home court advantage?
Yeah.
Can I say something?
All that's real.
Maybe it's me. Hasn't this Knick team earned a little more respect from us on this run than, I don't want to say it's same old Knicks, because they've never been in this position before, but don't we think this team has the ability to find the answer? Whereas maybe in other instances, the Halliburton shot cripples them and they don't come back from it, or they go down to the Pacers 3 years ago and they don't come back from it. I think this team has earned, at least in my mind, a little bit more respect.
I can't speak for my partners here. But for me, I'm not talking same old Knicks. It's hard to win a championship. It's really hard. And we were on cruise control for a month and a half. And it went from, oh, we're doing this, to if they lose tomorrow, now it's in doubt. So it's not like, oh, same old Knicks, they're going to choke.
That's right.
Have some respect for the opponent, all right? Have some respect for how hard it is to win a championship. And now it's like real. So, Anthony, I'm not doubting their ability. Hey, if they lose tomorrow, I still feel good that they can win the series because they have faced adversity. And they have proven they're not the same old Knicks.
Agree.
But 2-2 with home court disadvantage, and nobody has won a home game yet.
Yeah, Anthony, just to be clear,
this is the reality of the situation.
I agree with you. I'm not like Dave Rothenberg, and I'm getting on the air and going, "Oh God, here we go." That's not what I mean. I'm not. This is not specific to the Knicks. What I'm talking about tomorrow is not remotely specific to the New York Knicks. It is specific to any team that has won, that would be in this situation. Starting up 2-0, going home with a fan base at home going, oh my God, we're going to finish it. We're going to finish it. And then all of a sudden, oh wait, we're staring a tie in the face. It's only about that mentality that all of us who have loved sports, this is not our first rodeo. In between the NHL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, we have all seen this spot before. And we just know how tense it can be. And as great as this Knicks team has been, they're not above that. Hopefully they will rise above that situation, step on the Spurs' throats tomorrow, get a nice, easy victory, and we're not having this conversation.
Is that how it sounds to you, Alan? That we're like disrespecting the Knicks' ability to bounce back, or just living in the reality of what a 2-2 series is?
That's exactly what you're explaining. And then it's losing Game 3 makes Game 4 when you're up now 2-1, and you're home. It's the same thing as where the Spurs were with Game 2, only there's less games left in the series. It makes that game, you got to win this game. You know it. You feel it. Now, you don't have to, but we all know it's pretty critical that you got to win this game. And all I was trying to do was explain why yesterday I was defiantly confident, because I felt like until I see this team crumble, I got to believe that they just every night they find a way. They've reached a place. They were at a basketball nirvana for a long time, where just on a given night somebody was going to get it done. And for the first time in a long time, Mikal Bridges disappeared. You haven't seen that, and he was killing it. He's criticizing himself today, which tells me I expect to see a better Mikal Bridges tomorrow night, because he was really mad at himself. And that guy was. He was a savage after Game 2. You saw his eyes. He wanted to play another game. He was so caught up in it. You thought he's so locked in. But that's all. That's the only reason why I was saying what I was saying. We haven't seen a Bridges disappear. We haven't seen the Towns thing happen. This is all stuff that we haven't seen in a while. And now they've got to fix it, and they got to fix it fast. So, no, I don't look at it as disrespect. I was trying to explain why I might have been so defiantly confident. But I'll say the last thing is the obvious thing to say here. If you're a champion, you find a way. This can't be this can't be the adversity that takes you out after winning 13 in a row. If you're a true champion, all this is the first adversity in a while, and you answer it, and that's all part of the story.
Of course, it's part of It's part of the story. And, yeah, there was one story where they don't lose another game, and it becomes one of the greatest runs in the history of sports. And
that was the hard-to-believe story, right, Don?
Yeah.
That was the one that if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. All right, so that, you got to put some adversity into this. It's the movie that has, that draws you in with the drama, and then it's a fun ride, and in the end has one last little piece of drama that you have to overcome to finally get to the happy ending. And that's what you're hoping you're going to get to. And who doesn't like a happy ending?
Vernon in the Bronx is back. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Vernon?
Hey, how you doing, Don? How are you doing, Alan? How you doing, Peter?
Hi.
What's up?
I'm sorry about before. I lost you guys on the phone. I wasn't listening on the television. I think Alan was right. That was some background from the studio. But I wanted to talk about the Knicks, the physicality, the Spurs. Do you guys remember when Kelly Olynyk grabbed Kevin Love by the arm and pulled his arm out of socket? That's why I think it's a wash between Golden State and Cleveland with the championships. Then Kyrie got hurt first game. He was killing Steph. That changed the trajectory of that season in the playoffs. They are grabbing Victor and they are holding his arm. Towns is doing it all the time. Towns drives to the basket and holds people while he goes for layups. Big body Bronson, always looking for contact. That's why this whole thing with the referees should just stop, because both teams are doing it. If Mendy Rudolph and Richie Powers was there, man, forget it. Everybody would foul out. So just let it ride. Let the best team win, guys.
I hear you. I mean, listen, I don't think it's a crazy point. Thank you, Vernon. I don't think it's a crazy point. The Knicks do benefit from using physical play in different ways, and Towns does do a bit of that move when he goes to the basket where he sort of grabs on and pulls people with him. I see what he's saying, but at the same time, the play that we're talking about with Wemby goes beyond the pale of any of the things we're talking about.
Yeah, it was egregious, but as I said earlier, if you're getting away with it, right, if you're him and you're like, well, they're not calling it, so I'm going to keep doing it, because it's basically intimidating my opponent. It's letting them know that I'm not afraid of you, and I laughed in your face. All I'm saying is, if that's how they're calling it, then why aren't you doing it too?
Right.
And I mean, not grab his arm, but you know, if our guy's getting knocked to the ground with a forearm going to the basket, like we saw Castle do, so why does Wembanyama not get that same treatment?
Yeah, because
that's all I'm saying.
This is kind of, if you ask any fan, the nice way to put it is we just want them to be consistent, right? They want to be equal both sides. You ask most fans, what do you want? Let them play. That's what I hear that in hockey all the time. Let them play.
Let them play. Yeah.
Well, this is what let them play looks like, okay? And what the Knicks have to do is maybe you got to adjust to the officials, and now maybe not as far as Wemby went, but start thinking in those terms. But yeah, it was funny whenever we have a guest on and we ask about the officiating, we usually I'm expecting them to say, "Oh, it's been terrible." It's like, no, it's been good, because we're watching it from one side, right? Because we have a rooting interest. But I think most of the neutral people will tell you that it's been okay. There's been some misses, and certainly that Wemby play on Brunson was a clear miss. Anybody with eyes could tell you that, but somebody neutral who doesn't have a dog in the fight might look at it a little differently, because we're not watching every single play without our heart. You know,
right. No. Our eyes are looking for fouls more likely on the Knicks.
Absolutely.
Now, I'll tell you this right now, guys. The biggest stage in world soccer, it's just days away.
Days away.
And every goal changes everything. And now FanDuel is giving you a reason to root for every single one. Introducing Every Goal Pays. Bet on a match and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. That's right. More goals means more bonus bets, and all you have to do is turn on your token. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Let there be goals on FanDuel. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must apply bonus token. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets to expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text OPEN-WY 467-369.
All right, we'll get to our full bank of phone calls you want in right after we get off a call. 1-800-919-3776. Also, ENN at 6, Mets at 6:30. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
And San Antonio is alive and well in the NBA Finals.
The Spurs.
And the Spurs hand the Knicks just their third loss of the entire postseason.
The NBA Finals.
They're a great team. They're well coached. They got an iconic player, you know. It's not going to be easy.
NBA Finals Game 4 coverage begins tomorrow night at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
I'm a dog, and my job is to make you happy. So I recommend Optimum Fiber for your home. It's famously fast, way better than flaky 5G home internet, which can slow down the more people or dogs are online. So switch to Optimum Fiber, starting at only $25 a month with a 5-year price lock. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. That's 888-4-OPTIMUM. Gus, fetch! I gotta take that. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Sure, Keeping things casual has its time and place. But sometimes simply playing to have fun isn't enough. So when you're looking for a way to up the ante, try these 5 simple words. Play you for an ultra? That always seems to do the trick. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tickets are on sale now at fanaticsfest.com as Fanatics Fest NYC returns to the Javits Center on Thursday, July 16th through the 19th. The world's #1 sports fan festival puts you where sports, collecting, culture, and entertainment collide. See stars like Tom Brady, Aaron Judge, Jalen Brunson, and hundreds more, including live panels and podcasts, exclusive merch, and Fanatics games with $2 million in prizes. Go to fanaticsfest.com to get your tickets today.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Not so great at the Tappan Zee Bridge trying to make your way into Rockland County. Crash right at the start of the span on the Westchester side, blocking 2 lanes. Hitting the brakes on 287 westbound from the Sprainbrook and Elmsford. Inbound George, just about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Worst ride to the outbound side, Deegan northbound. A broken down car in the right lane right before the Cross Bronx. Solid slowdowns go back across the Triborough and up onto the Bruckner. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 20 to 30. Outbound Hahn and you 30 to 40. Mets are home tonight at Citi Field. It's also Bark in the Park. Looking pretty good at the Whitestone Bridge heading into Queens. Expressway southbound slows you down heading over to the stadium. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. The big soccer tournament is almost here. Skip the traffic and take public transit. Sit back, relax, and arrive on time. In a showdown of transit versus traffic, transit wins every time. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Oh, this is the perfect song for the ESPN New York Beach Bash.
I've been big on this song recently.
It is back.
I love this song.
Summer breeze, make me feel fine. Thursday, July 2nd at Bar A in Lake Como, New Jersey. Head down to the Jersey Shore and join the Michael K. Show and us live starting 1 p.m. And an appearance from DiPietro Rothenberg, Bart Carlin, and more. We'll have plenty of giveaways for fans in attendance, a soccer watch party, and a chance to test your skills by trying to kick a soccer goal past Rick DiPietro. Should say ball, so I guess they're anticipating him to give it up some. Plus, music from Surfing for Daisy. They'll be playing an hour before, and they'll play after the show. It's all brought to you by Spiked Aid, Boost Mobile, Miller Lite, Fanatics Fest NYC, and New Jersey Lottery. Must be 21 years of age or older to enter.
And there's the headline. Well, hold on real quick. I want to see schedule before I get to my headline. You said the Beach Bash, what day now, Don?
That is Thursday, July 2nd.
Thursday, July 2nd to you and me, if it's a day. So that would be the Group H winner versus the Group K winner versus Group L winner. What group are we in there, Anthony? The old
Talking about the USA of it all?
Yeah. Yeah, you bet your ace I mean the USA.
Well, I honestly don't even know. It's really bad. Hang on. We're going to figure this out.
Because I'm just curious.
Group D.
We're in Group D.
Fitting.
Who's in our group? Paraguay.
Like you
obviously.
dream about.
Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey.
Oh, wow.
That feels like a good group to be in.
It's not the group. It's certainly not the group of death.
No, it's not the group of
but,
death.
But
Except
for us,
from a ratings-
anything could be the
from a rating standpoint, perhaps. but not from a play.
Peter just read a FanDuel that you're going to hear on the air in a couple days about a super boost of like all the U.S. has to do is get a shot and you win.
Take a shot.
Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Get a shot?
Just get a shot.
Just physically get a shot on the net in the Paraguay game.
So the point is the day of the Beach Bash.
Get a shot? This is what we're doing? This is how bad we are?
No, hold on. No, calm down, everyone. This is one of those FanDuel promotions. It's the same as doing one. It's like if your quarterback completes a pass. It's
you say that, Peter. You say that.
No, they're getting shot. I will take any bet right now. I'll up it from my Knicks to 1,000 that the U.S. gets a shot on goal against Paraguay.
Use the boost. I want on Friday at Black Deutsch. You put the bet in.
This is what we need to know. I'm sure it's easy enough to find. What's the over/under on USA shots? And if it's
I can find that.
And if it's like 3.5, then stand down, my son.
No, it's well, I don't know. I don't even know what typical soccer shots on goal look like. But I'm sure it's a somewhat normal amount that they'll have.
I don't know. I really don't know anything about it.
Either way, the Group H winner will play the Group J second place on Thursday, July 2nd at 3 o'clock. So there'll literally be a game kicking off as we start. Be a good time. Last year I got basically tanked at the Beach Bash. Should I not say that?
I don't think you should say that.
I'm exaggerating, but I did have a great time. Now, the stat I was going to mention to you guys, or the story I was going to mention, and this is what we were talking about earlier. Wemby, other players condemn violence against Spurs fans. It's the top story. Let's actually hear it. Here is Victor Wembanyama learning that Spurs fans were attacked after the game last night.
I mean, we can't forget it's a game. We're just playing a game out there. And I am all for, passion, but to the respect of each other, it's unacceptable.
Julian Champagny was asked, do you feel threatened by the rowdiness? Because there were some fans running up to the Spurs team bus as well, yelling at players on the street, etc.
I mean, I don't really feel no threat. I'm from here, so I feel like a lot of this stuff is kind of just like what it is. You get used to it. So I don't know about threat. But, I mean, I think that obviously we're here to play a basketball game. That's the main thing. For the fans, I don't think that it should ever be that serious where you have to jump people, beat people up, follow people home, and stuff like that. It's just a basketball game at the end of the day. Whether we win, they win, doesn't really matter. Everybody should be able to come and enjoy the game no matter who they're voting for. So that's just how it goes.
So to the point Alan made earlier, when I was talking about how I'm nauseated by seeing this stuff, and he said, to a certain degree, obviously not completely, but to a certain degree, people, they ruined it. They ruined it. They not completely. I'm not saying if the Knicks win this whole thing, it won't be amazing, but in this moment right now where everything's been positive, yo-yos, I know a lot of them are teenagers, but not all of them are 14. Some of these people are 19 years old, 20 years old, 22 years old. Yo-yos went out, and now the top story on the right side of ESPN is about the opposing players talking about violence in the streets. You're ruining it.
Well, not only are you ruining it, you're also ruining what I think is a pretty decent reputation that New York has. Now, obviously, there are exceptions. I'm sure I'll get jumped for, hey, what about this time? What about that time? But I remember growing up as a kid, whenever the Lakers or Dodgers would win, I remember the Tigers won in '84. Peter Uberoff, who was the commissioner of baseball at the time, almost had his limousine overturned. And then fires in the streets, and we make fun of Philadelphia for all the stuff that goes on when the Eagles win the Super Bowl. And we've always stood out in New York and said, not here. It's going to happen other places, but not here. And now it's happening here. And for the dumbest of reasons, right? It's not that it should ever be a reason to riot, but it's not. You didn't win the championship.
No, nothing
You
happened.
lost the game. You just decided to jump a guy because he's wearing a Spurs jersey. And even if he was trying to be that guy, I'm going to walk through the crowd with a Spurs jersey, he didn't look at you the wrong way. He didn't have a weapon on him. We're supposed to be above this in New York, and sometimes I wonder, are we? Do we only have that reputation because we're here and we've got a rooting interest for it to not be the case?
Well, I
got to tell you, our reputation outside of New York is not exactly pristine.
No, and this also is based on, I think, to some degree, the side talk video from a few years ago. The whole don't you want to be with the Knicks? And that Bing Bong era. Those videos sort of created an image of insanity that almost feels like, Alan, people are now living up to it as if that's really the Knick fan.
Well, what it does is now I got to top it, right? Instead of a chubby guy with a beard, shaking, you always see that all the time.
Yeah.
Or the
Don't
thing
you
about
regret not coming to the Knicks?
right now, how do I top that? And now how do I top the next year and the next year? But to just start beating on people, and again, I'd like to just say they're not Knick fans; they're just being performative. I don't know that. I know that there are people there to just get because the funny thing is a guy's getting beat on, and half the crowd's beating on him, and the other half's got their phone out. Right? Nobody's even thinking about dragging a poor guy out of there. I got to get video of it, or I'm going to be beating on him too.
I saw another guy get beat up, by the way, who stopped people. He didn't get beat up. He got into a fight. He held his ground. But he got into a fight with people because they were trying to basically rip out a street sign or some sort of huge post, and they're trying to rip it out of the ground. And the guy stepped in and was like, a young guy. He steps in. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you destroying our city? What are you doing?
Right.
And he ended up having to fight like 10 people simply because he was trying to say, no, let's not do this. So it's just super disappointing. Now, one positive thing I love here is I saw there was some yo-yo online hating on Timothy Chalamet. Commented under SportsCenter's post with Tim Chalamet in it, and he posted, the fakest Knicks fan there is. Someone reposted it and found a picture of a tweet, November 2nd, 2010, with Landry Fields. It's a post of Landry Fields, Don. Haha, the contest is over. Tim Chalamet is the winner. Found us at Grand Central Station. Congrats, Tim. See you Friday at the game. And there's like 11-year-old Tim Chalamet at Grand Central Station tracking down the Knicks. So again, to the people who are then on the flip side coming after the celebrity culture of New York, sorry, some of these people are really hardcore fans. Fat Joe could have just brought someone who, I love Khaled, but isn't going to be staring at his phone the entire game.
Is that what he was doing?
Khaled everyone goes, why is Khaled here? We know he's a Heat fan. Everyone knows Khaled's from Miami. It's his whole brand is Miami, and he loves the Heat. He's at the game, front row, center court, and just staring at his phone the whole time. Did not play great for people.
It's
Alan should have said something, frankly.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, I said, what the hell are you doing here?
Where did you watch most of the game, Alan?
I was in the tunnel.
Just hovering the tunnel?
My usual spot. I try to just stay low key. But it's a good view of the game, and definitely you can hear everything happening on the court. So it's
when you watch from the tunnel, are you looking at the court or are you looking up at the screen?
Both. If the opposing bench players are standing up and I can't see the other end of the court, I got to look up.
And was there an announcement for Jeremy Lin in the building?
If there was, I wasn't out for that one.
Got it.
Yeah, he got a massive pop.
Yeah, I'm sure he did because that was a big deal to have him there. Just to be clear, when there's stoppages, I walk around. I have nervous energy. I can't just stand there. So usually during stoppages, I'll walk around. I'll go in the back and find whoever I can find or who's around, or sometimes just watch the Yankees.
Of course.
But yeah. So I might have missed that one too.
I know he did TV. I just didn't see if there was a hit.
Yeah, I actually saw him after I was done with my hit in the first segment, MSG. I did a hit on the court. Saw Jeremy. Saw Michael Wilbon. Saw them all. Everybody's setting up. It's amazing how many. Like Scott Van Pelt setting up on the court. So there's desks all over the court, minutes after the game's over. How fast they're able to pull all that stuff out and set it up is crazy. But I do want to reiterate, though, what you guys said earlier. I want to reiterate it because I really feel this way, and it's kind of sad to me. But it really, the end of the innocence of this Knick run was last night. Because no matter what happens, if they win the championship or not, this will be now forever this will be presented externally, meaning outside of the New York area, by all the places that don't want to see things good happen here. This will now be only promoted as Knicks fans acting up, and this is why you lost, and disparaging the city, when really the true story for the better part of 2 months has been this wonderful coming together of many different walks of life, all because of one team. And that was really fun for a while. And last night I feel like it was destroyed. It was murdered.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in the name of fandom.
No, it's in the name of how do I get my 15 minutes?
Yeah.
We joked about everybody's making money off the Knicks run.
Yeah,
but
literally.
Everybody's also looking at, hey, it's my chance to gain some fame. It's my chance to get something to go viral. And I see all these fans, and I see the passion. That's what I love. They're wearing jerseys, and I'm seeing Camby jerseys, and I'm seeing Ewing jerseys, and I'm seeing Stark jerseys, like guys that have been fans for 30, 40 years, and they're excited trying to see their first championship. And for every 15, 20 of those people, there's a guy with a camera on a pole doing interviewing people, or he's doing some kind of thing for his social media. Probably doesn't know anything about the Knicks, but here's a bunch of people here, and I'm going to be able to do all this stuff. And and there's that, and then there's, hey, let's go there and let's try to start trouble.
But I hate the fact that now is what will be most remembered, and I hate it.
Yeah, and
I'm seeing everybody and everybody's falling over themselves to, of course, rush to social media now and and make sure that we ridicule this because we're supposed to. And no one's going to believe it. As many of us will say, those aren't really Knicks fans. That doesn't represent the city. It's going viral because of it. It's jarring to watch, but that has not been the story until that's the first time. That has not been the story. Friday night, there was a lot of people, and it was kind of intimidating to have that many people on the streets that night when I got out of the studio, and anybody that I knew that was in it, like I have friends of mine whose kids were in it, and when I say kids, I mean in their 20s, and they were all like, nope. Everybody felt completely safe. Everybody was just happy and jovial. But that is gone now, and no one's going to believe otherwise because they don't want to.
Well,
they want to believe that that's really the ugly underbelly, and all it's going to be is just this crazy rioting and running around. It's just going wild. And it's not because you're a fan. It's because you're using this event, this moment, as your opportunity to just do stupid crap out on the streets and get some, again, like you said, Don, get some social media, get the streaming recognition. But I hate what it represents now for what this run was. It has destroyed in one night what has been a really fun couple of months. Nothing we can do about it.
No.
We can all scream and yell. We could put as many social media posts up, downplaying it. We could, say what we want about those who are involved in it. All of it doesn't matter. No one outside of New York is going to believe it or wants to believe it, and it sucks.
Yeah, they want to believe the opposite.
Right.
And, giving them the fuel. 1-800-919-3776. Last call crew. Why? Because at 6 o'clock at CNN. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
And San Antonio is alive and well in the NBA Finals.
The Spurs.
And the Spurs hand the Knicks just their third loss of the entire postseason.
The NBA Finals.
They're a great team. They're well coached. They got an iconic player, It's not going to be easy.
NBA Finals Game 4 coverage begins tomorrow night at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
First, I'd take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, I'll spend 6 months living with a Honduran Capuchin monkey troupe to learn how to pick things up with my feet, so I never have to lift a finger again.
Oh, you'll be a hit at dinner parties. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This is the Michael K. Show.
For all those people that would call in and say, I don't care what he does in the regular season. I only care what he does in the postseason. Now, let's see how they do without him in the regular season and how important he is in the regular season, no matter what he does in the postseason. Because there might not be a postseason if there's no Aaron Judge and his exploits in the regular season.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ratliff, Engineering Director at Nissan. We know some things are important to hear from an expert, not a voice actor. For instance, the Nissan Frontier is not only powerful and fun to drive, but it's durable too. We added the V6 engine, so when you need that power in the off-road, it's there. I know, we've tested it a lot. Now get out there and find your Frontier.
Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, or Frontier, excluding S-Trim. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Frontier S-Trim 1.9% APR for 60 months at $1,748 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to in-back credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N6/30/26.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
The Knicks have said and done all the right things as we got through this 13-game winning streak. San Antonio on the other side of it, and I know they beat OKC. You could see the emotion. They have a good team. And there's a reason why they won 62 games. San Antonio's a great team. You're not going to steal the will of this San Antonio team like you've done in the last 2 series. Like, you have to beat this team.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code MULTIPLY to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code MULTIPLY to borrow up to $10,000. Use code MULTIPLY to borrow up to $10,000.
The ESPN New York Beach Bash is back. Thursday, July 2nd at Bar A in Lake Como, New Jersey. Head down to the Jersey Shore and join the Michael K. Show and Hahn and Rosenberg live starting at 1 p.m. Plus, there'll be appearances from DiPietro and Rothenberg, as well as Bart and Carlin. We'll have plenty of giveaways for fans in attendance, a soccer watch party, and the chance to test your skills by trying to kick a soccer goal past Rick DiPietro. Save DiPietro! Plus, music from Surfing for Daisy. It's all brought to you by Spike Dave, Boost Mobile, Miller Lite, Fanatics Fest NYC, and New Jersey Lottery. You must be at least 21 years of age to enter.
All right, last call, crew, 1-800-919-3776. Let's go rapid fire. 6 o'clock at CNN, then we got Mets baseball. Gil in Brooklyn, you're on Hahn and Rosenberg. Hello, Gil.
What's going on, fellas?
It's all going.
Yeah, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good.
Hi. Hello?
All right. Thank you very much for the phone call.
Well,
it's unfortunate.
Well, how about we can have 3 introductions?
We tried. We were passionate.
Let's go on a run here, guys.
It's fitting because that one had a read and was just steamrolled. It was very unfortunate.
Well,
no.
Well, you got to let me know, bro.
I did.
No one told the host?
No one told me nothing.
You guys don't have the sound up in there.
Oh, come on, brother.
All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alan.
As you were saying, Alan.
Steve.
Hey, soccer fans, join us for a live broadcast presented by Milagro Tequila. It's all happening this Friday, June 12th at Platt Deutsch in Franklin Square out on Long Island. Get there early, starting at 3 p.m. Grab a Milagrosa cocktail. Bring one for me, too, please. As the guys talk the matchup storylines, the guys, that would mean us, right? Storylines, and, well, you'd be part of the live, passionate soccer atmosphere there as well. So don't miss this special live event with us, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, this Friday, June 12th at Platt Deutsch in Franklin Square on Long Island. It's all brought to you by Milagro Tequila, Donnie.
All right, let's get back to the phone. Zach in Massapequa, you're on ESPN New York.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for taking the call. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
First time, long time calling into this iteration of the 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock show. But I wanted to make a few Knicks points. If you allow. Couldn't agree with you guys more on the whole nonsense that goes on outside. It seems like it's just a lot of people looking for clout, not real fans. I don't think any real fan is going after these games looking to beat up somebody. But another point I'd like to say that's kind of to the opposite of that, I'd like to see Mike Brown use a guy that we're not using, like Ariel Hukporti, to do what the Spurs did with Mason Plumlee and who was it, Bismack Biyombo the other day against Jared McCain. You know, we don't really need him out there. You know,
you're not doing that.
He did it.
Why would you do
it?
Why would you do that in a game that it's like it's a 4-point game? They did that because they were losing by 20, and they took Wemby out, and they sent in those 2 guys, and Wemby whispered in their ear about let them know, and then he set some hard screens. That game was already out of reach, though. You can't do that in a game that it's a 4-point game in the fourth quarter. I get everybody wants to pound the flesh. I want it too. Like, I'm standing there going like, all right, they're hitting the crap out of our guy. Who's hitting their guy? So I'm with you on that emotion. But, like, I'm not sending Ariel Hukporti out to go, as a hitman in the middle of a game that, like, if I can win this game, let me win the game. That's the best revenge. Now, they didn't win it. Like, if they were down by 20, if you want to say something like that, okay, fine. But it was too close of a game to be messing around like that. You're not doing that.
Mel in New Jersey, you're on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Hey, good evening, y'all. Great show. I like to say, man, I've been going out to different watch parties for a while. I've been to every game of the final so far. So with the violence that we see going on against the Spurs fans, first off, I would say I've been going out because yesterday I seen probably at least 5 content creators outside, and I seen like 4 more when I woke up this morning, posting that they was there. And I don't know if that's because Trump was there or what, but a lot of content creators was out there. Now, there's one content creator, he didn't show up, but his name is Snart. His whole page is about going to different colleges, different arenas for pro teams, and the other people's jerseys and wearing their jerseys to get the fans to react. Now, a lot of these content creators that we've seen with the violence getting their jersey ripped off, they aren't even Spurs fans.
Yeah.
There's a whole internet world, words are being brought to the dictionary every day. It's called rage baiting.
Yeah,
they trying to rage bait. They're attention seeking. Yes. And it worked out. They, like I said, I've been watching this for years. So the people who's growing up watching this, they're like, yeah, all right, let's give them what they're looking for. That's not, and the worst part is that these awesome watch parties are being shadowed by this, and that's the attention that they seek for. But it's not.
But on the flip side of that point, Mel, and I feel you, and I don't think it's the norm. You're right. Flip side of that coin, just because an idiot content creator shows up in a Spurs jersey doesn't mean you have to beat their ass.
Right.
You can't just say you're a tool and let them go.
I don't know. I mean, if you're there to rage bait, maybe you should get your ass kicked.
Maybe, but you shouldn't be the one to do it. You know, like you don't have to.
You feel less bad for the guy.
I
but
feel
it's
less
still,
bad now. Yeah.
That's not how it gets portrayed out in the
course,
world.
right.
A Spurs fan gets attacked by Knicks fan, and as
Right,
Alan
you're
said
still
earlier,
the one who gets played.
They want to believe this to be true, so it doesn't matter. All the video is going to show is a Spurs fan getting beat up by a bunch of Knicks fans. We know that a lot of the guys beating them up aren't really Knicks fans. We probably know the Spurs fan's not really a Spurs fan, but is that the message that's being conveyed?
Right,
when it's shown all over the internet, and it's probably shown on the news in San Antonio. Look at the animals we're going up against here. I don't want that image for our city. I don't want that image for Knicks fans. And even though it's not true, believe me, plenty of stuff untrue is forwarded by social media.
That's so.
The real truth. I don't know what. That's the main reason I want to get out of it, guys. Is that you know how many times, just in a few seconds, I get fooled. Oh, this person's dead, or this person's got cancer, or this person got fired, and then you find out, it's not even real. It's not even true. And even if it's verified, maybe the person that's verified got fooled and retweeted it or sent it out. Like, you know how much misinformation is out there? And then the correction, you never find out about that. So, like, how long does this misinformation go? How many hearts and minds are won over by the misinformation, and reputations are sullied, and opinions are developed based off a complete fallacy? And then when it's straightened out 2 months later, nobody cares because you've already, have a foundation of a belief. It's really a sewer. You know what? Maybe today's the day.
Yeah,
I got the picture.
Donnie,
I'm sending it out.
I'm getting closer and closer.
You think so?
What am I losing?
What am I getting?
What am I gaining?
No, you're losing nothing.
What am I getting at it? What are you getting out of it now? What are you getting out of it?
I think in the case of Don specifically, it does nothing for you. The idea that you're promoting or sending.
Don doesn't promote anything.
Well, yeah, and you don't promote anyway. So what are you doing? And even if you did, I'm saying, promoting a Devils game, people know they're happening. You do your job. This show, you're not sending out promo every day.
Oh,
the hell does it do for you?
God, the picture that I sent is so just.
I'm jealous that you found it before I did.
So it's just so thick with information. ENN's coming up next. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
New York is playing in the championship, and when you watch a team play this well, you can just tell. It starts with how they're built. Depth, leadership, execution, doing the little things right. That's exactly how Tricon Construction builds, too. Whether it's medical, industrial, multifamily, or commercial, Tricon brings the right team and the right plan to every project across the tri-state area. So if you're looking for a construction partner for your next project, don't overthink the pick. Choose Tricon Construction. Every phase, every detail, done just right. Visit TriconBuilds.com.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out.
Hey, New York, are you okay to drive? No, really. Did you know just one drink can lower your inhibitions, slow reaction times, and reduce coordination? That single drink causes your judgment to be altered and makes it harder to track moving objects. The risk you take by getting behind the wheel is not worth your life or anyone else's. Call a cab.
Hey, I'm looking for a cab.
A ride share, a sober friend, or take public transit. The New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee is reminding you to always drive sober.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
What's up, Knicks fans? This is Josh Hart.
Knicks fans, it's Mikal Bridges, and this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com. That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of the night. We have the Mets home over at Citi Field. First pitch just a little over an hour away. Also, Bark in the Park. You're going to see some four-legged fans there, too. Heading across the Upper East River at the Whitestone Bridge into Queens. Just a bit slow there from the Bronx side. Expressway southbound keeps you heavy heading over to the stadium. Van Wyck northbound. Looks like some police department activity slowing you down over by the National Tennis Center, making it a packed ride approaching Northern Boulevard from the LIE. Grand Central eastbound, just a bit bunched up heading into the area. Worst ride to the outbound George Cross Bronx westbound. You're slammed from White Plains Road on through. Deegan northbound, they picked up that broken down car right before the Cross Bronx. Still a heavy ride there from Yankee Stadium. Inbound George about 15 to 20 for the upper deck using 8095. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 15 to 20. Outbound Hahn run you 20 to 30. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Kansas is offering 10% off qualifying Pella projects and 50% off qualifying Pella installations. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends June 30th, 2026.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
I can't believe the deal we got on these seats for the game.
Wow, they must be pretty high up here. I think my ears just popped.
Yeah, here, put this on.
Is that an oxygen mask?
An official team oxygen mask.
Well, I can kind of see the field.
Good, your senses are still sharp. You're going to need them for phase 2 of the ascent.
Don't save money by sitting in the nosebleeds. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hey there.
Welcome to ENN, folks. It's brought to you by
Ray Rowe.
You ever watch YouTube?
Thank you. It's brought to you by Fanatics Fest NYC, baby. I'd like to start off ENN today by saying good evening to Don.
Make sure all the guns are out. When did I do that? Make sure all the guns are out.
It's Ben
About
Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Oh. I wasn't myself when the show started, but that sounded good.
Good evening to Alan.
Don't love it.
That was obviously yesterday.
Don't love it.
I don't know what context it was, but
Doesn't matter.
love it. I think it's better if we don't know.
Good. Oh, wow. There's a watch party. Oh, that's the watch party on Friday. That's the Ray and RJ vehicle.
Yes. Good for them. Hope they're getting paid thousands.
Buku bucks.
Buku.
Can you imagine when they start doing the Ray Deanahan, Jacob Perry watch parties and 7 words are spoken?
Not in this lifetime.
Wait a minute.
Because you don't want to be with Ray or because you don't want to host a watch party?
Because I won't be there.
No.
Wait, not if. All right, $2,000. You're there.
Yeah, but bells.
Oh, you're
there in a lady's dress. You kidding me?
Yeah.
$2,000.
Dressed up like the Kool-Aid Man. Good evening to TJ.
Dressed up in like a sumo outfit.
Good evening to Alan.
What the hell are you doing here? Out of context, that's
Good evening to myself. Don wouldn't ask Nancy to change the channel.
He's going to get
if
married.
the Devils were playing in the final.
I love the proper verbiage there. He said,
what?
Final.
In the final. That's right.
in the final.
NBA, it's
Yeah.
finals.
Yeah.
Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup, it's
Final.
final.
I know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not.
very
People
final.
are going to learn one day. It'll be way after my time that people go, you know what? Rosenberg wasn't an idiot.
Which, by the way, you talk about a pivotal game 4 tonight.
Oh, I wanted to send it out to you guys. Listen. I know Michael will jump me, but I had to do something today. I went to get something to eat, and I just figured I'd get a newspaper, so I got the Post. I don't remember the. It was a preview. It was talking. It wasn't even previewing Game 4. It was just talking about the Stanley Cup Final and how young the Hurricanes are. and it said Raleigh, even though the game's in Vegas. And then, in the middle of the articles in the Post, they'll promote, like, it'll say Vegas, Carolina, 8 p.m., ABC.
Sure.
It was Vegas at Carolina.
We're not paying attention.
So why even bother?
No, we're not.
If you care that little about it, that you don't care that it's wrong. And listen, I make mistakes all the time too, but don't you have editors?
No, Don.
The game is not in the right city.
There you go. That's where I was going to tell you. That has to be read by an editor. Like the pride of an editor is to catch simple. Like those are egregious mistakes. Let alone like the little things like punctuation mistakes. That used to drive me crazy. I'd send in a story, had to make a couple of changes. Really needed a semicolon here. I'm like, what? Like you're just editing to edit at that point. But this is like egregious error that an editor should have caught. Never mind whoever wrote it.
Yeah, I'm sending it to you.
Embarrassing.
I'd like to say good evening to myself. You had 100% higher. It would be, or sorry, you said 90% higher.
90% up.
Then I think it's 90% on top of that.
Now, I got to tell you,
I got there.
If you remember Zoolander.
That was bad.
The funniest part in Zoolander.
I got there, Alan.
Where they had to open the file in the computer.
Yeah.
And they're trying to crack the computer open, and they're slapping it like monkeys. Remember that scene?
Slapping it like monkeys. Go ahead.
That's going to be
that's how you describe my weekend.
Slapping the bass.
Slapping the bass.
And that's, whenever we get into math conversations, that's what it feels like. That we're just like two gorillas trying to open up a coconut. It's just like we just don't. It feels like that, doesn't it? But give us credit. We got there. We opened a coconut.
You had 100% higher. It would be, or sorry, you said 90% higher.
90% up.
Then I think it's 90% on top of that. It's not fair because I got to the answer.
Right. It was like numbers porn.
Excuse me. Good evening to Ernie Johnson.
We're here, they're there, we're going to be here, we'll be here all night, they'll be there all night.
Good evening to Charles Barkley.
Ernie, let me say this.
And lastly to Shaq. Heard we had a good interview with Shaq last week.
Oh, he was great. I feel like he was clear and concise with us.
He's so clear you didn't even hear a word that he said.
Well, that's what I mean. He was clear and concise that he could not come on.
There's no way to actually communicate with us. Don't worry, we'll get there one day. All right, guys. There's a lot of audio we have not heard yet that we should listen to from some of the players, some of the important people. Let's hear first from Jalen Brunson on what he needs to improve.
Most importantly, not turn the ball over. Give my team an opportunity. Kind of in the middle. I've played better, but also I've played worse.
His mindset after the loss.
I think most importantly, saying this last night, win or lose, we're going to come be here today to understand what we need to do to be better. And that's to be our mindset regardless. And win, we learn. Lose, we learn. We understand what we have to do to be better, giving our team, giving our chance to have the ball and not turn it over, stop fouling. And like I said, just attention to detail and continue to be who we are.
It's funny how everything was mindset until stop fouling.
Right.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
It was all like, just continue to who we are, stick to the game plan, all that. Stop fouling. It was great that he just threw that in there as if that clearly was the thing talked about the most.
Is there a line between physicality and committing fouls?
Yes, there's a way for us to do the things we have to do, the things that we've done throughout these playoffs, and then just game plan discipline. And I don't think the discipline we had in those situations were good enough. And so we just got to be disciplined in those moments.
Now, I don't have audio of it. I don't have audio of it. But Jose Alvarado did talk about the Wemby, Jalen Brunson moment last night.
Mm-hmm.
And was quoted as saying, that's the last time anything like that's going to be happening. So let's see. Let's see if this team actually how'd you put it earlier, Alan? Muscle up? What was the bow up?
Bow up. Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna bow up and say, you might, this is where I can't help but ponder on Alan and Don's favorite sport. there is a chance that after that play, in the equivalent of that play, happened to your best player in the exact same situation in a Stanley Cup.
Oh, my God.
There is a good chance that within 3 minutes of the puck drop, someone is just fist fighting someone.
Yeah.
Out of the gate, let's go.
No, Wemby would immediately be jumped by somebody on the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm skipping that part because that clearly didn't happen. But you know, like, let's say it happened in the final minute of Game 3. There's a chance that puck drop at Game 4, we're fighting, and and everyone's in, and we're showing you what we're doing here, or we're just sending our muscle. We're sending Kasperitis to just go attack someone and get into a fight.
And I think there is something. That's what all the anti-fighting people miss. All we're asking is for a level of accountability, and right now, there's no accountability for what Wemby did.
All we are saying is give Two-Piece a chance.
Right. And that's
1-2.
And if there was a culture in the NBA like the NHL, Wemby never would have done that in the first place because he knew he'd have to answer the bell, or one of his teammates would. So, and in baseball too, like you hear the stories. If a pitcher continually hits batters, his teammates will come up to him and say, "Stop, because I'm going to get hit now because you don't hit." Now we got universal DH, so you're not going to get hit. So. One of those two things would happen. There's zero accountability. There was no call on the court. He was not physically challenged in the moment. And now Game 4 becomes so gargantuan, there probably isn't going to be anybody to do anything. He literally got away with it. And not only that, he laughed at Brunson after he did it.
Yeah. Again, there'll be a time somewhere in this series to do that. There'll be a time. Or the time will be the Knicks winning the championship and Brunson just smirking back.
Right, and that's the ultimate victory, but that's not guaranteed.
But that's not guaranteed. That's why I said there'll be a time. But it is true. There has to be some thought in mind that when he's going to the basket, like he can go to the basket, and he's an absolute freaking gazelle. I mean, he takes 2 steps, he's in the air already, but he's still light. Is you're going for the ball, but you're not really going for the ball. And that's all you're doing. See, like the whole idea that this feels like a 90 series with the physicality and all that stuff, but if it was truly a 90 series, like if that was Isaiah Thomas, you think Bill Lambert's doing nothing about that?
Oh, definitely.
Like you like if it's a technical foul, I'll take the technical foul. But I'm not going to let you do that to my guy, especially in the first quarter. So that's the part I think that was the confusing thing for a lot of fans. It's nobody even went over to him. Nobody even went over to him to say something. And then when Josh Hart gets up later on to get in the face of Luke Cornett, bang, tech. Like, seriously? Like that's a tech, but what happened earlier isn't. That's the frustration that the Knicks are dealing with. And so Game 4 is too important to mess around, but it doesn't mean that if you can deliver a hard enough foul, but clean on him, you should do it.
Karl-Anthony Towns asked about the brawls outside of Madison Square Garden last night between mobs and Spurs fans.
I hate that they're being asked.
Seemingly Spurs fans.
The game is built off respect and passion. We want everyone to respect each other. We want everyone to enjoy basketball at its purest state. I mean, it's the NBA Finals. There's no better place to watch basketball, so leave the physicality to everyone on the court.
I really hate that reporters are asking the players about this because, once again, like you guys I think you pointed out, this is, or the caller did, like we're all now getting suckered into it. And we're talking about it and making it a story. So they win again. And that's why I said this has ruined it. The innocence is over. This is no longer about fans having fun. And it sucks. Now the players have to be asked about it, and they have to talk about it. End of the innocence.
Yeah, it sucks.
We're going to have to hope that we get a bounce back tomorrow, and not only the Knicks play, but the sort of histrionics or lack thereof around the game. Stephen A. Smith earlier said Jalen Brunson let his team down last night.
Tonight, it looked like he was playing to be an MVP rather than playing to win Game 3. 25 shots in the time that he played. Karl-Anthony Towns only gets 10 attempts, 4 in the second half. How does that happen? Josh Hart is hitting shots, in the first half. He only gets 5 shots in the second half. How did that happen? OG Anunoby had 28 points on 13 shots. How do you not find OG Anunoby more, considering the level of accuracy and efficiency that he was showing that you're not showing if you're Jalen Brunson in this series? You've attempted 81 shots.
Yep.
You're shooting about 34% from the field, about 24% from three-point range. Why in God's name would you continue to shoot when you got cats around you who are capable of making shots, not to mention the fact that that's what got you here?
Now, Alan, you think that some of the things Steven's talking about are more related to the way the Spurs played them?
Yeah, I mean, and Steven, he was careful by saying it looked like, rather than saying Brunson was trying to win the MVP. But the suggestion is Brunson was being selfish. And it's easy, the lazy eye sees that he's dribbling too much and he's not passing the ball, and it looks like he's just trying to be a hero. But if you know him, you know that's not his intent. Now, he got caught up in it because of the defense that the Spurs were playing. They played him straight up. They weren't trapping anymore. The trapping that was happening in the beginning of the series in the 2 games in San Antonio, they stopped it. And so they were telling their guards, switch, not trap, switch, because we have switchable players. We can do that. And take away his first option. Any of the spray outs on the strong side, take those away. Wemby's on the weak side, and he's going to hover over into the paint. And every time Brunson, if he does beat you, he's not going to try to challenge Wemby because he's just so much smaller. That's literally what happened if you watch the game. So they've got to adjust now and figure it out. Now, do I agree that they should have probably tried to get the ball into Towns' hand and let him be a playmaker? Yeah, that would have been nice. But it didn't happen. And that's also part of the problem. Towns hasn't scored in the fourth quarter in the series. It's 50 points in 3 games in the first 3 quarters. 0 points in the fourth quarter. That doesn't make sense for a guy that through the first 2 games, people were considering if the Knicks win this series, he's going to be the MVP of the finals.
I still wouldn't rule it out, but yesterday did not help.
No, but if he has a great game 4 or a good game 4 and they go up 3-1, that conversation's back again. But anybody thinking that Brunson's aware of that and going, no, I want to win the Finals MVP?
Yeah, it didn't even cross my mind.
That man is not built that way.
And unfortunately, if you were going to take a personal shot at a player, and instead of basing it on what the Spurs were giving them, you were basing it on the personality of the player. And you guys know there's nothing I'm more in love with about this playoff than the Karl-Anthony Towns retribution story.
Yes.
But based on what we know, evidence would suggest if you want to cast blame on personality, it's kind of Cat's thing to fade at random moments. I would be more likely to blame it Cat's fading on Cat than Jalen Brunson having to take lots of shots because he somehow decided, now I want to play hero ball.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's fair. And look, Cat's not completely, clean here. He's got to be a little more aggressive and be a little more demanding of the ball. But as he's talked about, he's like, hey, I'm just trying to do what I'm supposed to do in that moment. And so he's not supposed to break the play and put his hand up and say, give me the damn ball, like we all say he should. He's supposed to space and let Jalen get space and move into, his vision for a kick out, right? Like he's trying to figure it out too. But that you have to sometimes look at the opponent and say, you know what, they did a good job defensively on us, and we now have to see what they did and adjust to it.
Here's a good clip. This is Karl-Anthony Towns on being scoreless in the fourth quarter so far through the series.
I think it's a combination. We have a game plan and we want to execute it. So just trying to execute our game plan, especially when we get in the fourth, is vital, and just doing what I can to execute it at the highest level.
Do you have, Peter, on your page, Brunson talking about Cat today?
Yeah.
Because I found this very interesting.
Interesting.
How he would say it and that he would say it.
All right, here it is.
Listen to this.
Here's Brunson on Cat.
He's been a great teammate. He's been a very great teammate. But most importantly, the person he is fantastic. Like, he's a person who's willing to do whatever to kind of help out, whether he knows you well or not. That's just who his character is. That's just who he is. And that translates on the court. And I didn't really know him as well as I did back then, but getting to know him now, it's an unfair narrative of him. But I truly love that. I love that dude and everything he's done for this team, the city, and as a friend. And he's been fantastic.
And here's Kat on Brunson's comments about him.
Did he say that with Josh around or no?
He did not.
Ooh, Josh is going to be jealous.
That's a great response from Kat. But because earlier he was asked something about his relationship with Brunson, and he said that, that it's really improved. Like, we're getting close, and he's like, but not as close as Josh. But I'm working on it. Because obviously Josh and Jalen are extremely close. But I found like what Brunson said after a game like that, where there's a lot of accusations about hero ball and Towns not getting the ball, that could create some friction again, which it obviously had been a situation during the season. So that kind of expression from Brunson right away, I'm very curious to see how that carries over into Game 4, keeping these guys connected rather than seeing that frustration build, which could have torn them apart.
I didn't get a chance to ask you guys yesterday, but we've had Tim Bontemps on a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Love him.
Yes.
How do you feel about him calling Cat Karl-Anthony?
No, Karl Towns.
Karl Towns, excuse me. Dropping the Anthony, just calling him Karl Towns.
I noticed it. It stands out.
I don't think anybody else does that.
I didn't even notice.
I did. Every time we talked about it, he called him Karl Towns.
It is interesting, though. That is a.
Yeah,
It changes the dynamic. Like, who is this again? Oh, okay. Now I know.
You mean Karl-Anthony Towns?
Does he try not to say Cat because it's a nickname and he's a journalist?
I just mean
he's careful not to use nicknames.
No, Don just means saying the Anthony. People just say his full name, Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah, nobody just says Karl Towns.
Right, I know.
By the way, what is his
Great point.
Is Karl
his father
Anthony,
is Karl Towns.
Is his full first name Karl-Anthony?
Here's the question:
Is his middle name
Anthony/Towns, or is Anthony his middle name?
No, it's the Karl/Anthony.
Yeah. It's a hyphenated name, I believe.
Well, then, no offense to Tim, he's not saying the name right. That's like
wow.
Well, it's like me saying Ryan Hopkins instead of Ryan Nugent Hopkins.
Yes,
Nugent Hopkins is his last name.
Yeah, it's hyphenated.
No, but you're saying it's his first name. It's part of his first name, right, Anthony?
Yes.
His name's Karl-Anthony. It's the reverse, but still.
It's hyphenated.
But it's his name. It's his first name.
It's not his middle name.
But when you have the hyphen suggests that you should say the whole
it's
thing.
Karl-Anthony.
Right.
Or Cat. If you
I don't like it. I think
you're offended.
All right. So when we have him on,
no.
The minute he said, how about we do this? Well,
we just
we'll have him on again.
Don's all set.
He's out.
No. How about
Don's out enough.
I think this would be more fun.
I'm kidding.
We have him on.
He's too good.
And we wait for him to do it, and we all jump on him.
Oh, you know what?
Better than bringing it up, because he's going to say his name. But we all just kind of wait for it, and the minute he does, all three of us just jump on him.
I love it.
Excuse me, it's Karl-Anthony Town. What's wrong?
What are you doing? What is
there
that?
another
By the
example
way,
a first name? Like I thought it was the last name. So, but is there other examples of the first name where we have to say it?
Well, you know what? We have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left.
That's a lot of time.
So
let
me think. Hold on. I know there's a.
I don't know.
Come on, give us.
I don't want to think about it right now.
Oh well, J.G. Pajot. Yeah, that happens a lot in hockey.
That's initials.
Yeah,
but you're still acknowledging the Gabriel.
You Mary Louise Parker. You can't call her Mary Parker.
Honestly, I think Tim owes Cat an apology.
Come on, give us another one, Don, before we're done.
Yeah,
Anthony Michael.
Marc-Andre Fleury. I call him Mark Fleury.
Marc-Andre
Nobody
Fleury
says Mark Fleury.
You can't say
fun of the
Mark
guy.
Fleury. By the way,
that's so good.
How do you like that I said we get one, and it was me,
and it was you.
hockey.
But it's your team. But I know it's a good one. But we were given them because usually they shorten. But
again,
it's
initials don't count. It's got to be the full name hyphenated.
No, Jean Van Damme.
Jean-Claude.
No, Jean Van Damme.
No, that doesn't work.
It's Jean-Claude. You can't call him Jean Van Damme.
No, it's actually Jean Damme. It's Jean Damme. We have no time for the van party.
We take out the Claude. We take out the van. We just go to Jean Damme.
Jean Damme. I'm telling you, I say we set him up. We wait. He'll bring it up. He'll say Karl Towns. And then at that moment, whatever he's saying is irrelevant. We jump on him.
You know what? I love that. All right, that'll do it for ENN. Now, guys, real quick, head on over to our app. You want to be a part of Fanatics
your
Fest
app.
July
It's up
16th
your
through
app.
19th. I guarantee it. You want to be there. So many cool photo ops, live panels, podcasts, and so much more. For a pair of tickets, go to the ESPN New York app, find the contest tile to submit your entry. And also, let's close out by saying,
Ernie, let me say this. We're here, they're there, we're going to be here, we'll be here all night, they'll be there all night.
Well, it feels like for the first time in forever, we're actually throwing to a Met game.
oh, well, the Mets play.
We
They
will
do play.
see you tomorrow at 3 from Stout. Ready for Game 4. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
And San Antonio is alive and well in the NBA Finals.